Tonight's episode of the Tuesday Night Cigar Club is brought to you by Drew Estate. Come experience the rebirth of cigars at www.drewestate.com and download the free Drew Diplomat smartphone app today to discover nearby retailers, RSVP to special events, redeem points to win exclusive Drew Estate merchandise, and much, much more.
This might be a big mistake, but I'm having too much fun to wait. Flag her down when she comes back by. That one's yours and this one's mine. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round.
Here's the suckles.
Good evening, brothers and sisters of the Leaf. Coming to you live once again from the corner of no hope, it's the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. Tonight the boys talk their way through the
2018 masterpiece, I guess, that is Dirty Dealing,
while smoking the
Daybreak Toro and Saguita Petit Lancero Maduro by Debonaire Cigars,
paired with the
Dirty Bastard Scotch Ale by Founders Brewing Company.
Sounds like it's going to be one hell of a good time, folks. So sit back, light 'em up, and enjoy the show.
Oh, good beer. It's real good. Can I take a minute here before we do our little song and dance punny show for the audience that we do every other week or whatever?
What's up?
I got something I'd like to talk about. Serious something. It's kind of a rarity for us, but I'd like to get something off my chest, and this is really my only platform to do it. I can't go on social media for reasons which you'll understand in a minute, so I'm just going to do it here. Bear with me. I promise if any of you guys ever have something you feel strongly about, I will give you the floor at the opening of a show to do as well.
Really?
I say that with many reservations. But it's important to me, so here we go. Just bear with me. As a social media user, I've noticed a very disturbing trend infecting my Facebook feed. And for what I'm learning, it's spreading very quickly. And I believe as an American, as a husband, as a father, hell, as a citizen of Earth, that this evil and rapidly growing movement is capable of ruining everything we've accomplished as a society over the last few hundred years. And you know me, I'm not prone to over-exaggeration.
No, not at all.
All the progress we've made will soon come crashing down if something isn't done as soon as humanly possible. I think you guys, if you've been paying attention, then you know where I'm going with this.
Yes, absolutely.
Cauliflower garlic mashed potatoes, cauliflower breadsticks, cauliflower mac and cheese. And now these fuckers have finally gone too far. Everywhere I look, people are talking about the amazing cauliflower pizza crust that tastes just like the real thing.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
Food should be what it is, goddammit. No more pretending, no more trickery, no more cauliflower witchcraft. I demand it ends right now. Immigration problems, mass shootings, global warming, civil liberties getting plunged down the toilet. No bigger issue than this one threatening us is more important. Right now. Everything we hold dear is in the balance. I looked the other way when they introduced cauliflower rice. Because you know what? It didn't really affect me. But now they're coming for my fucking pizza and it's time to make a stand.
No,
So Donald Trump, get off your fat quarter-pounder eating ass and ban all things cauliflower right now. Tweet about this shit at 2 a.m.
They should.
And so help me God, if you tell us we're drinking a cauliflower infused IPA tonight, I'm going to fucking lose it, man. End of rant.
I agree with your rant. I'm wholeheartedly on this.
Food should be what it is. Oh, it tastes just like a hamburger. What's in it? Cauliflower.
No, it should not. It should totally be pizza.
It doesn't taste like any of those things. It's
No,
fucking cauliflower.
No, cauliflower sucks, man.
I swear in the last week, 5 different random people. Pictures. Check out my cauliflower pizza crust. I'm on keto and I'm allowed to eat 1,000 pounds of cheese as long as it's on cauliflower. Because that's healthy somehow? A big old greasy thing of pepperoni cheese on cauliflower is good for you all of a sudden?
That'd be about the only way I could eat cauliflower.
You know what? I'm going to shove a piece of cauliflower in my mouth and shove a cigarette in it and smoke it because I guess that's okay.
Cauliflower just inhibits all of the bad things from getting into
I guess
your
I could just
system.
smoke a piece of cauliflower.
Philip Morris is like, damn, they figured it out.
Cauliflower lights. You know, it tastes just like a cigarette.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
We're
bullshit.
coming to realize that
When
cauliflower
I'm on
is
the
in fact a
keto
miracle
diet,
food.
I open a pack of cauliflower lights.
Cauliflower menthols.
It's good for fiber. It can replace pizza crust. It's good for home insulation.
Oh, you got to get the menthols. Cauliflower. Menthols.
Cauliflower menthols. No,
Can we do one of those like pictures from the old magazines where they're just sitting around with cigarettes laughing?
Holding things of cauliflower in their hands. Anyway, I'm sorry to start the show on such a dour note, but it's really fucking getting to me. Enough's enough.
Well, sometimes you have to take a stand.
I'm the dude who did it.
The line in the sand.
I'll be remembered as that guy who put his foot down.
Okay.
Watch tomorrow night. I'm going to choke on a real piece of pizza and die. And like, his last words were "sweet irony." Welcome everybody to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club, episode 78.
78.
Can you believe it?
What happened to the other 77?
We're going to knock out 80 of these fuckers before our next trip. We're going to Kentucky at the end of September.
Okay.
And we are knocking at least 2 more out after this. I want to get to 80. And then anything after that's a blessing.
Kind of felt that way after 50.
Yeah. Well, it does feel good to be back in the swing. I'm feeling pretty good. Funny story, as mentioned, the beer at the top of the show was good. I was really sweating, as you guys know, tonight's beer, because everything I saw looked dark, and after that Clown Shoes dark beer we did, it just really... I tried another one the other night. It was just even more terrible. So I was just really scared, and I kept asking the Axe to like reassure me that tonight's beer what it would be like profile-wise and everything.
It's okay, Kate.
So here's the thing.
It's okay.
When we got back from Connecticut trip, Barn Smoker, I started dieting, working out, and logging my calories in this app, and it keeps it all recorded. And I've used it over the years.
Yeah.
I've used it a lot this year. So I'm getting ready for tonight's show, and I start logging that's no fun, logging in your beers for the night.
Yeah, no crap.
Oh my God, that's terrifying. So I go to type it in, which I'll steal your thunder for a sec. We're drinking the Dirty Bastard from
Founders.
Old Dirty Bastard from
Old Dirty Bastard.
Newfoundland.
ODB.
Dirty Bastard from the Founders.
From the Wu-Tang Founders.
But I go to put it in, and I've had all these questions for you on what kind of beer this is. It comes up. You entered this on February, blah, blah, blah. One night back in February, I had 7 of these things. No memory of it. It's funny how that works.
Man, I don't understand why you're confused.
Yeah. So I guess that bodes well for this evening. I guess I had a good time that night.
All right.
Before you introduce the beer, we're smoking 2 cigars tonight, so I want to get right to it and introduce one, if that's okay. You got anything, Tut? Yak, say anything?
No. There's nothing going on.
All right. I'm not going to force it.
Other than apparently now I have an undying hatred for cauliflower. I mean, just...
That is true.
You should have had it before.
I like some with ranch.
If they start like tossing Brussels sprouts and hot wing sauce,
Oh, fuck that.
I'm done.
Fuck that.
I'm out.
No.
Moving to Italy.
No.
They know how to eat in Italy.
Cauliflower pesto.
I get there. What's the number of Domino's? Ay, ay, ay.
Oh,
Is that Italian? Ay, ay, ay.
Oh.
No, it's
No, it's not Italian. What is it?
I don't know what it is.
A book in the back with the back of the boob with the dominoes. I'm sure I'll get along just fine.
They're gonna love me over there.
Hi, I'm trying to find a Papa John. Papa John's. No, even I wouldn't eat that shit over there. I'd rather eat a cauliflower pizza than a Papa John's pizza. Racist bastard. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Wait, didn't they have him on recording?
Yeah, he was recorded.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Context is...
Oh, context is off.
He was out of context, yeah. Well, we're smoking 2 Debonaire cigars. Tonight's our big Las Vegas episode. We went to Las Vegas beginning of July, and I think we may have talked about it briefly, but I wanted to kind of dedicate an episode to our Las Vegas experience. So we're doing a Las Vegas movie. We're going to do the movie's Dirty Dealings. We're going to drink the Dirty Bastard Scotch Ale. And keeping with the D theme, we're going to smoke 2 Debonaire cigars. Because that's what people are in Las Vegas. They're debonair.
The Debonaire?
They're fancy. They wear gold shirts like this. I couldn't find a gold headband. I need a gold headband, but I couldn't find one. I'd really look like a showgirl. So yeah, we're going to smoke 2 from Debonaire Cigars. Debonaire is an interesting company. I'm going to just briefly... They have a whole philosophy and a whole... type of different approach to their cigars.
The philosophy, you say? Go on.
Well, they're driven by what's called the Debonaire ideal, and that is the alchemy of oneself, driven by the pursuit of unobtainable perfection and the aspiration to constantly portray authenticity. Which, if it's authentic, you're not portraying it; you're authentic.
Yeah, you
Portraying
are,
it-
you're not.
Portraying implies you're faking it.
Correct.
All right, so moving on.
All right, yeah.
The Debonaire ideal is the constant refinement of one's actions and values. Yeah, I can get behind that. Combined, these refinements lead one to transformation that is self-betterment. Who doesn't want that? The Debonaire ideal at work can be recognized in the celebratory actions and reflections of one's daily accomplishments and blessings. All right, so we had one little problem, but overall
Daily
Your
accomplishments.
words have intrigued me. I wish to subscribe.
All
to
right,
your
let's go with
newsletter.
one's monthly accomplishments.
Okay.
That's better.
All right.
And then it,
At the best week.
they keep using this word alchemy. The Debonaire ideal definition of alchemy is the act of a seemingly extraordinary process of transformation, creation, or a combination of good in both tobacco and self. All right? So basically they have these different doctrines, or these steps of the doctrine of alchemy, art, passion, science, which ultimately is tobacco alchemy at its finest. If you're lost, don't look to me for answers. I've tried to decipher this. I'm going to get like...
Doesn't alchemy have to do with like mixing metals?
Well, it's transformation, but it's like taking one substance and
I thought
transmuting it
like
into another.
I thought it was like the pursuit of transmuting into gold. That's where it started.
That's what Hudson Hawk taught me.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what people think of when alchemy, because but it's actually the process of transmutation.
but,
But it doesn't have to.
but
Be,
it could
it
have-
doesn't have to be lead to gold.
but it doesn't have to be metal?
No, it
Okay.
can be anything.
Hey,
Well,
I've lost 11 pounds. Am I an alchemist? I've transformed myself into something else.
By that definition, yes, you are.
I'm the same asshole, though.
Well, we're going to get to that next step process.
Well, that takes me to one. I'm just going to talk about 2 of these briefs. I've never seen anything like this in all our years of doing this stuff. Love, L-O-V-E, is the tertiary step of the 10 acts alchemy of tobacco. This act is one of care performed directly to the prime selected tobacco within the alchemy process. One could claim that the love act is one of the purest steps in the alchemy process, where the tobacco alchemist introduces the very first clean fluid system to the tobacco. The best quality tobacco deserves the best unconditional care. My grandma always said she loved me unconditionally.
Was this before or after the Love Act?
This
that
was
brought
prior.
a clean fluid system.
This was prior to her forcing me to use the clean fluid system. It was a very disturbing childhood. Basically, they delicately introduced to the tobacco the clean fluid system, in order to remove any lingering foreign matter. All right, now this is just sound like a colostomy, or what do you? Yeah, like a. To remove any foreign matter attached to the surface of the tobacco.
So
basically, they clean the tobacco using the clean fluid system prior to.
So you're saying they wash the tobacco?
Yes, I think. The second step, I'm going to skip the rest of this. I'll move on to the second and final step. We'll talk about piety. Am I saying that right? Piety. This act is the ordering of the prime selected tobacco in the alchemy room for the alchemy process. This tobacco is the cream and must be the most revered. Ooh, I'm going to start referring to myself that way.
The most revered or the cream?
Both. So what do you do on the podcast? On the cream. I'm also the most revered.
He's also the guy that talks about cauliflower ad nauseum.
And introducing things to a clean fluid system after a love act.
With his grandma. Didn't see the show starting this way. The tobacco alchemist will fill the alchemy room in order of quality. And while this is a tedious act, the labor is a display of how the tobacco alchemist pays due duty to the best tobacco he has. This ordering act is also the assurance and insurance that the selected tobacco will have the ability to sustain life throughout the alchemy process, and qualifies as the beginning of turning premium tobacco into ultra premium cigars. Once the selected tobacco is prioritized in the alchemy room, its life is one of surrender, granting affection and respect on behalf of the tobacco alchemist's labor to the alchemy process. The ordering handled by the tobacco alchemist pays homage to the best tobacco, and the essence of the tobacco itself surrenders and devotes itself to the alchemy process. Are we clear? There's going to be a quiz later.
I'm going to take notes then.
The best part, boys.
Okay, I'm going to trademark this term right now, but for a license fee, Debonaire, you can use this. Just go ahead and call it a tobacconist.
A tobacconist?
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's go
Why
with
not?
I like it. Well, here's the thing, guys. We're featuring these cigars, and we're going to introduce our listeners to the alchemy process. Tabalchemy process?
The
Tabalchemy process.
I hold in my hand
What's that?
2 laminated plastic cards welcoming us as members of the ideal Debonaire Society.
Ooh.
But I only have 2 of them.
Oh.
Y'all can keep them.
I was going to give it to Cody anyway.
Okay.
He's a little more debonair than you are.
Yeah.
And he honestly seemed to know a little bit more about alchemy than you.
No, I'm pretty sure that it only applies to metal and gold.
Don't abuse it. Membership has its privileges.
Being part of the ideal
Plus-
society, I can do as I please. Thank you very much.
That was a test. If you had said yes, sir, I would have given it to him.
No. Any group that wants me as a member, I don't want to join.
A debonair ideal doesn't take shit from anybody. Or maybe he does. I'm honestly very confused. I don't know.
That doesn't
Sorry.
sound like what a member of the ideal society would say.
Just knocked my mic off. I was so confused. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I can,
All right. You speak a little louder, too. I had a hard time hearing you last episode. I
What?
think it's because you had your laptop in front of you and you were kind of reaching.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm
Of
sure
course,
you
I can use this now. And
didn't say anything too important. You're just gonna,
maybe I can.
First up, boys from Debonair. Aren't you like excited to see what all this?
I'm
All this
interested.
goes-
You've piqued my interest.
All this goes into what we're about to smoke. This is why I say these things to get you excited.
really you just
clean your
confused
fluid
me because
system in a
I'm
minute.
really wanting to know about the cigar so that I can light it up.
Light up. It is the Daybreak Toro. It is a 6x50 Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper, Dominican binder, and Dominican and Nicaraguan filler.
Okay.
This will be our first cigar this evening. Why don't you light that bad boy up, and then I'll let you introduce tonight's beer. The follow-up cigar, which we'll get to, well, the way Tut smokes probably won't be too long, is their Maduro. It's a smaller cigar.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't even we can't knock out two full-size cigars at a show. I think we have once or twice, but Yak Boy, tell us about this beer that I apparently have had before and have no memory of.
The Dirty Bastard Scotch Style Ale by Founders Brewing.
Which is kind of antithetical of a debonair guy. Debonair guys aren't usually dirty bastards.
They can
Yeah,
be.
but
you can be a charming dirty
It's not
bastard.
about being the debonair person. This is about being in relation to the movie.
Yeah,
It's
but
dirty like the movie is dirty.
yeah, I think that's right. There's a lot of charming debonair bastards.
Yes, there are.
I'm sure a lot of the chicks that woke up the next morning after sleeping with James Bond thought he was a bastard.
Yeah.
Well, apparently so, because he wasn't there when they woke up.
Yeah, he's driving away in his convertible, waving.
Ooh, you dirty bastard.
You dirty bastard. He shows his card. Tell us about the beer.
The Dirty Bastard, it's 8.5% ABV and 50 IBUs.
Really?
Their own description, which you can also find even on their bottle, is so good it's almost wrong. Dark ruby in color and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts. Complex in finish with hints of smoke and peat, paired with a malty richness and a right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. Ain't for the wee lads.
I got the malts. I got the smoke. I'm not getting the peat.
Yeah,
It's got a lot going on. I was
Yeah,
going to say,
yeah.
I've got the malts and the hops. Maybe not that much hops. Would it say 60?
50.
Oh, 50? I mean, a lot, real malty and some hops.
Yeah.
Peat? It seems like it's got a lot of flavors going on.
well, the Scotch style ale traditionally is given a longer boil, which caramelizes the wort, and then basically which ends up giving it the really deep
Ruby color.
ruby, copper, brown, which color to the brew. So
I like
But-
Scotch styles.
yes,
Well, it's kind of weird. I either really like Scotch styles, or I really don't. I just there's not a lot of middle of the road Scotch. For
well,
me.
this one so far has been really good. I mean, I've had it before, but I'm kind of like Cade. It's been forever, and I can't really remember.
But you do remember you had it.
I remember I had
You're
it.
one step ahead of me. I should say my fear of the repeat of the stout, the clown shoes, which
Yes.
it is still very hot right now in Central Texas.
Yes.
My fears were unfounded. This is going down just fine considering it.
Well, we've done a Founders before. We did their breakfast stout when we reviewed the Void with the
a lot of
Shaggy
oatmeal
Foot.
and
Yeah.
coffee and chocolate. And we've done a Scotch ale, huh? Old Chub,
Yes.
Oscar. That was a Scotch ale, correct?
I believe it was.
Tell you one thing, that Scotch style is beating the crap out of this debonair.
I was thinking on the first few, I did want to get to you guys on the cigar. I was thinking, because I lit up prior to drinking any of the beer, and my first initial light up, I got a lot of cream and just a tiny little bit of pepper on the nose, but really just kind of a mild kind of creaminess. And when I was thinking about cigars tonight, I was kind of like, you know what? I want to bring something flavorful to the table, because I've actually had this cigar, and I thought, because remember, it was last episode we were drinking the Brixton
Yeah.
Mash Destroyer along with our beers, and that Brixton brought that vanilla note
Yes.
out of the drink into the cigar, into the Cedrus Southern Draw cigar. And I was like, you know what? I want a beer with a lot of flavor, because I think maybe it'll find some dancing partners. It'll wake up some things in the cigar. I can't say if it will, and it's way too early for me to tell. Right now, a little bit of pepper and just it's a very creamy smoke. Yax?
I'm definitely I can like the cream. I'm definitely tasting that. Before I lit up, I mean, just the aroma coming off the cigar by itself. It was sweet to me, anyways. Leathery, but I mean that sweetness, I'm not getting that right now.
What are you getting flavor wise?
I'm getting a little bit of cream. I'm very earthy.
It's a mild smoke.
Yeah, I'm like right now. I mean, just beginning. I'm hoping that more flavor is going to come out towards the middle.
Okay. Tut.
A light wood when you're just regularly smoking it, and then a bread on the retro hell.
A little bready.
Yep. I'm missing the cream. I'm not getting cream at all.
Okay.
I am getting like a nice little. It's like just the, you know how like when you just kind of smell wood and you think it's kind of a spice type thing, but it's not. It's just woodsy. It's just very, very plain hint of that, and then bread.
Whole wheat, rye, sourdough.
No, probably
Pumpernickel.
sourdough.
Pumpernickel. You getting pumpernickel?
No, I
No,
just
I'm
wanted
not
to say
getting
that
sourdough.
because I just like saying pumpernickel.
Just bread, man.
Wonder bread,
Sure.
white bread,
Yeah.
sandwich bread.
Yeah.
All right. Cream bread, a little pepper, some leather on the nose as far as the aroma,
Yep.
and woodsiness. We're all just not even an inch into this thing, so I will come back. So we got the Daybreak
The Daybreak.
Debonaire Toro,
Debonaire Toro.
the Dirty Bastard Ale, and now we're going to talk a little bit about Dirty Dealing.
Dirty Dealing.
2018. Tut, you've been begging me, get me out of the 80s and horror films. Give me something new.
And this is where you win.
2018, man. It doesn't get any newer than this. On IMDb, this movie is called Dirty Dealing 3D.
Was it in 3D?
I thought I saw that when I was looking for
I
a graphic
watched
for Nine. I was
watched trying to see what they would do 3D in this, and
I can't see anything.
Maybe they would zoom in, but
I don't know. The movie itself was not in 3D.
of course, if they did that, I figured there'd also be like some sort of comical sound. Boing, boing, boing.
Well, anyway, tonight's show, this is for Tut.
Don't you blame me for this.
You want to do something new?
Don't you blame me for this.
Written and directed by Christopher Robin Hood.
Christopher Robin Hood.
He also wrote and directed 2009's The Casino Job, whose plot revolved around a stripper getting raped by her casino owner boss and then decides to get back at him. With the help of 4 other strippers and a couple of guys, they plan to ruin the casino owner. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I think this guy may have remade his own movie.
I like this theme. I can work with it.
Or else he just has a friend who owns a casino and lets him make movies there, and there's only so many things you can do. Well, that was The Casino Job. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Dirty Dealing.
Dirty Dealing.
Or Dirty Dealings. Is it plural?
No. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Dirty Dealing.
Dirty Dealing.
You guys ready for this?
I am.
Pumped?
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. Can we do a little graphic of me riding a centaur over? No.
No, not
We
really.
could try.
That would be debonair as shit. Oh, wait, debonair guys don't say stuff like that, do they?
Don't they?
know.
They can say what they want. They're debonair.
Yeah, but you have to do it in a very debonair accent.
I can't do that accent. Never mind. Just cancel the centaur. We got other things we need to be working on.
Alright, put the centaur back.
Get him back in the cage. Well, we have a quick opening title sequence. I'm going to drink these really quickly tonight, out of necessity. That's not debonair either. And I guarantee you, by the last 30 minutes of the show,
That's why you don't remember the last one.
There will be nothing debonair about me. The debonair unideal. I got my own cards made up.
Possibly, yes.
Take one of these, you fucker. I don't want your cards.
You know,
All you did was write "un" in front of the ideal on the other guy's cards. I know. I'm sorry. We have a quick opening title sequence which alternates between shots of the glitzy Las Vegas hotel exteriors. Those giant electronic billboards you see in Vegas with
Yes.
like a puppet guy on it or Cher. It's got all the cast up there and their names. That's kind of a nice touch. And then we cut to a bunch of scantily dressed ladies putting on their makeup for an upcoming shift dealing cards at the Rapture Casino.
Rapture.
I think we spent a month there one night when we were in Vegas. We then cut to the crew of sexy casino employees marching through the Rapture, ready to clock in for the night. They work in an area called the Sin Pit, and as they start to deal cards, we immediately find out why. one of the girls named Arrow asks another if she's, as they're dealing cards, if she's going to the big pool party later that night, and this gets one of her disheveled losers customers interested real quick. Hey, honey, is this one of those skinny dipping pool parties? He asks as grease from his $35 casino mozzarella sticks drips down his face. Well, yeah, duh, she says. The thing is, since we're all so young and hot and bisexual, it usually degrades into a freaky lesbian orgy into the wee hours of the morning, and if we get in the mood for some dick, we order pizza and have the delivery guy jump in. You know, it's amazing how accurate porno movies really are. The loser's crazy-looking Neanderthal buddy tosses a $100 chip onto the table. Thank you, Arrow. You've given me a wonderful vigil I can spank to tonight. Arrow tells him for another $100, I promise to think of you when I'm pumping the muffin later.
I'm out.
To which the original greasy guy tosses another $100 chip on the table and huffs, hell, I'm sharing a room with this loser. It's worth it just to know he's not a fag.
Oh, God, I'm out.
Aw, how sweet, Arrow coos as she scoops up the two numbnuts chips. All right, Tut. A couple things are abundantly clear here in the first 2 minutes of this thing. One, Arrow knows how to work her table. She hasn't been on the clock for a minute. She's already got $200.
Oh, come on.
And two, we might be in store for some of the worst, quote-unquote, acting
It's the worst acting. It's the worst writing. I mean, come on.
we've ever
It is, in fact,
encountered on the podcast.
This is horrible.
I'm-
Outside the fact that the women are smoking hot, it's horrible.
But Tut want to do a more recent film, so
No,
here we are.
no. Don't you dare blame this on me. I had no clue about this. I wanted to do Vegas Vacation.
I guess we'll play The Hands Were Dealt
Oh, God.
by Tut.
Oh, man. And their call-outs were just horrible. 30 on the flop. It was just like, oh, God, man.
Can you give me another one of those?
No, I can't.
well, let's
Not
be
even-
fair.
not
This
near-
isn't the acting that these ladies are used to. Not a lot of dialogue in their normal movies.
I don't understand. I really...
I just couldn't. Did you actually IMDb some of these girls? Are they porn stars?
Yes, they are.
Wow, and this movie has so actual little nudity and
Unless
sexuality.
Unless like there's like a triple X version somewhere. But this is actually like if you actually took a porn movie, but you stitched all the little scenes together without the sex
Yeah, the
scenes.
storyline
This
scenes.
is that movie.
That's a very good point, Yakboy.
It's just really long. They made an hour and a half. Like normally, those scenes would amount to like what 5, maybe 10 minutes in a
I don't
porn movie?
know. I'm not...
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never
Who
watched.
actually watches those anymore?
Not a debonair individual like myself.
But
Yeah, that's a very good point. This is like a
It's-
porno, an '80s porno movie
With all the sex cut out.
without the sex in it, and feature length. Which in and of itself, I've never seen anything like it.
yes, and as we said before, that's
That's
the acting. I mean,
too.
there could have been a car bomb in the parking lot, and they would have been like, "Oh no,
Oh, no. There's a car bomb in the parking lot.
I like Tut's thing. I've never seen anything like it. Tut's all, yeah, and I never wanted to. Dickhead.
These people worked hard on this film.
I'm sure
At
they
least
did.
3 or 4 days.
I'm sure they did. And they're
You don't
gorgeous
go
people.
around calling yourself Christopher Robin Hood without reason. That sounds like one of those things from The Price is Right. Christopher Robin Hood, huh?
No, Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Thank you.
Before and after.
Before and after.
Do-do-do.
Well, we know
Only
who
you-
watches it now.
You'd have to say it like Wheel of Fortune. Christopher Robin Hood. Do 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 do. All right, you got to admit the beer's good.
The beer is good. I like the beer.
I'm going to talk about the beer a lot tonight.
This beer, oh my god!
Flavors out the ass.
Yes, they are correct in
The
their
beer is good.
It's like a clean
description
fluid
of it
system.
No.
Let's hope not.
And the beer has soured. It's become basically warm curdled milk.
Boy, it's weird. It's got a lager kind of taste to it, doesn't it?
Slightly.
It's also surprisingly, it's got a crisp on the swallow. And then, but it's malt heavy. some noticeable hops, nothing crazy. I'm going to question that 50. I think it's a little bit lower
That's
than
why
that.
I like a good Scotch ale. Is that
No,
they are complex beers.
It is complex.
I'm going to stick with that 50, but I just think all the malt flavors are really sort of drowning out that bitterness. Even though they're like talking about how those hops are supposed to kick you in the face or whatever, but no.
No, they're not. They said it was the right hook to the face.
Right hook.
Not really.
No.
More like a polite jab.
It was more like a polite jab to the face. That's better than nothing, I guess. Kind of like this movie. And the cigar, I will say this: construction is great. It's been burning.
Yes.
It's been burning. Very straight burn line, smooth draw. It's playing very traditional Connecticut to me. Right between mild and medium. As far as body, more mild on strength. Boy, just that really, like Tut said, that really light woodsiness. I'm still getting some cream, a little bit of pepper on the nose, but mainly just the creamy and the woodsiness. I'm enjoying it. Yex?
About the same. The cream is fairly heavy. I do get a little bit of that pepper on the retrohale. Something else. I mean, I'm not going to call it like...
Don't you say cauliflower.
Oh, it is.
Does kinda
No,
taste
no.
like
It's
Alfalfa sprouts.
yes.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, yes. Asparagus in a cigar. That's what I've been looking for. No.
What are you getting?
I'm out.
You can't say you're out anymore. You're in.
I am. I'm out. I'm checked out. I'm just gonna sit here and question life
Nuttiness?
choices.
Walnuts?
Cigar, anything else?
Walnuts, yeah. I can see that.
That's what I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I'm catching a little bit because it was like not necessarily defined wood, but just kind of woodsy-esque, and walnut actually fits that because you get a little bit of that tangy sweetness, but a little bit of that just chewiness as well. Kind of complements the bread that I'm still tasting on the retro.
It's the cauliflower
So
bread.
you're saying you had like a faint sense of nuts on your lips?
Hmm.
You know
No,
that.
that's
You know
not-
that. You know what that means.
That's not what I said at all. Kind of like I didn't say let's do this movie at all.
That's just part of the clean fluid system.
Before I get full swing in this movie, I just would just like to say for the record, last week at the pub, O'Brien's Irish Pub in downtown historic Temple, Texas, I told these two fuckers, you know what? You pick the movies. I'm giving it all to you.
Okay.
And Tut sat there and said, "No, I don't want to make that."
No,
decision."
I said I'd go for it, man.
That is absolutely not at all what you said. You
I
said the
go
total
for it.
opposite. No, I don't want that. I can't.
I don't remember that, but I'll go for it. Yeah, I'll pick.
Well, it's a little late now. We're in too deep. So we then cut to the casino boss's office, the office of Dean Belding.
Hey,
Whose
Principal
actual
Belding.
office plate actually
We
says...
know he's the boss because
His office plate says, I'm the boss.
exclamation point. So there's no mistaking who's the boss. It's him. You think the production designer was like in like Spencer Gifts? He's like, I got to do something for this office. Wait a minute.
We're not even going to change the name.
I'm the boss. Mr. Dean Belding is played by the almighty Michael Madsen.
oh, poor guy.
I say almighty, but man, when he gives a shit, such as he's captivating, like Kill Bill, Reservoir
Yeah.
Dogs, just a really unique screen presence. But in other shit, he's just skating by, and it shows. He's got his feet propped up on the desk as two strippers admire this really cheesy painting of a waterfall on
Oh
a
God,
wall.
it's horrible.
It's just you could tell like the same production
It's like
designer
a,
bought
it's like
that
a,
shit
it's
at
like
Hobby
a bad
Lobby.
Thomas Kincaid painting.
It looked, the same chick who bought that on the boss sign bought that shit at Bed Bath & Beyond on sale. He tells him he bought it for peanuts years ago and now it's worth a fortune because he's a genius. Wow, that's so fucking cool, stripper number one says. Yeah, baby, it is. We should all go over to my place because I got some really amazing things there. I bet you have a huge house, says stripper number two. Oh yeah, baby, it's tremendous. Oh, is it a mansion? Inquires stripper number one again. Yeah, something like that. You want to go for a ride, baby? Okay, but I got to be home by 1, otherwise my dad will get mad and freak out, says stripper number 1, as Dean smacks her on the ass and ushers them out of a side door.
I couldn't quite figure out is why would this man leave a hotel that he has access to every room
Well,
to take them to his house?
he's very, very consumed with money. He could be making money off those rooms.
That's true.
He's not losing money if he takes them to the house.
That's
yes,
true.
but he could also be saying which rooms are not occupied yet.
But
Do you get the
that's
sense when
way-
he's saying these lines that these aren't pauses like for effect or for the character? Like,
He's reading it off a cue card.
he's really just like, no, maybe. But I just got the sense, like, when she was like, oh, do you have a really huge house? Is it like a mansion?
Yeah.
And it kind of is like, yeah, baby, yeah, it's tremendous. I got all sorts of stuff. Like, he's just...
Remember when I was on Kill Bill?
well, a paycheck's a
Can you-
paycheck.
It's
you-
pretty much it. And I wish that you were wrong about the delivery of that dialogue, the way that you read it.
His?
But you are not. No, the strippers and his.
I thought I did the strippers a little bit better than they did.
Okay, that's fair.
But can you
it was
imagine being
literally
given the
that
gift,
bad.
the greatest gift an actor can get, the gift of Tarantino's dialogue? Can you imagine being given that gift twice in huge roles? Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill, the best screenwriter on the planet, and being able to say those words on numerous occasions, and then finding yourself sitting here saying this stuff?
What
I know,
happened?
I
And
know-
I
well, no, no, no.
understand. I
No, no,
understand
no.
you work.
We talk a lot on the show about actors working, and they make the best of each role.
Exactly.
It's how they make a living. You got to just take every role and have make the most you can out of it. That's your job. That's what you're paid to do. But come on, that's like being the head chef at like the world's largest or most respected 5-star seafood restaurant, and then 2 weeks later you're working at Long John Silver's.
But at least give a crap about something, man. If I order,
the hush puppies are fresh.
I don't eat Long John Silver's. But if some act of God put me into Long John Silver's, I deserve at least something. Give it to me, man.
The chicken planks come with hash browns. Ah, fuck. Now I'm picturing that dude working at Long John Silver. That's a movie. I'd like to see. Little visor on.
That actually would be pretty bad.
Would you like ketchup or malt vinegar on the side?
God. Oh.
It's just like you have the best of the best, and you just walk off the set of Kill Bill where you were like on screen for like 60 days, saying amazing shit, working with David Carradine and Daryl.
I honestly
Hannah
think it's one of
and-
those things where probably they were trying to shoot this movie and he was like walking through the lobby of this place.
No, I
Hey,
don't
you
think
want to
so,
be in
'cause
this?
He does a ton of sci-fi creature
Yeah.
movies now. Like
Yeah, I actually saw him on something here recently.
he did a crocodile movie.
Yeah, it
pretty
was like a
recently.
big crocodile. No, there was a megalodon. It was a weird.
Oh, he was. No,
yeah.
it was when they were on the big army, the battle cruiser.
Yeah.
It's a prehistoric shark. I don't know.
And I'm just like,
It's tremendous.
I'm not going to fault you for taking this role because I do like when actors say screw it, I'm going to act. It's kind of like who was it, Modine?
Well, it's not screw it.
One,
I want to act. It's screw it. I got to pay my electric bills.
exactly, but at least work. Take pride.
I kept wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt that this was his choices for this guy, where he just kind of meanders. No, honey.
At least show the porn stars what an actor is like.
He could have taught them so much. I'm sure he did. Well, anywho, they're going back to Diener the Wiener's mansion to do it.
How long don't you take to think that one up?
Diener the Wiener? 3 days?
Okay.
It was a tremendous amount of time. I'm a genius.
That's a tremendous wiener.
It's a tremendous wiener. Well, speaking of doing it well, you know who's doing it quite well in the world of premium cigars?
Who?
That's right, Drew Estate. At IBCPR 2018, Drew Estate announced the Corona Viva Short Panatella and Petite Corona Vitola extensions for the Liga 9 and the T52, and they'll soon be available at all Drew Diplomat retailers. These will be core sizes readily available for the 9 and 52. Of course, featuring the Liga Connecticut River Valley Broadleaf and the Stock Cut Habano blends over plantation-grown Brazilian Matafina binders and Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers. We did quite a few videos of these new lines working for Drew Estate in Vegas, and we talked to master blender Willie Herrera about them. I got to say, the proof's in the pudding. We received at one of the barn smokers, we got our hands on the new T52 Corona Viva, and it is the best T52 I've ever had.
Yeah, I know you really, really like it.
I was blown away what the size change did for me personally.
And I personally like it because sometimes I don't have, that,
well, and that's
that
what Willie said. These are really great for, winter, summer, or when you're just rushed for time, you don't have time. More time than you would for like a Papas Fritas or something, but not an hour and a half, 2 hours to dedicate. So head on over to drewestate.com and learn more.
All right.
That's an order. Do it.
Do it.
Stop the podcast right now and go to drewestate.com.
Do it. Do it.
It's a tremendous website, honey.
It's a tremendous website.
Is it got like links and things? Yeah, it's got everything. It's got a bunch of great stuff on there. Oh my god.
Oh, that is so accurate.
I get a feeling I'm going to just start talking like him like the rest of the week.
The sad thing is I'm not doing a voice. The cigar's really drying my throat out. I'm about starting the second, third. It actually has picked up a little bit on strength for me.
Yes.
Are you getting that too? I
am not.
didn't really see that coming.
I am not. I've got a little bit more of a spice coming off of the Retro Hill, which I do like. A little hint of graham, which is nice.
The spice kicked it up. And it's funny you say graham, because I was thinking I was getting a little cookie, like not a sugar cookie, but like what are those plain cookies?
Not sugar. Shortbread.
They kind of come in this stupid metal container you get at Christmas
cookies.
And nobody likes. Shortbread cookies.
Yeah.
Quit giving those as gift, people. Nobody likes the big cans of cookies. Just give people chocolate chip cookies.
I like the can of cookies. Well, if you want to give a can of cookie to the TNCC, I will gladly accept
Address it to him. But make sure they're made out of cauliflower, not other ingredients.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's a good idea to have that cauliflower.
It's a tremendous vegetable, baby. Take off your top. We're not rolling, Michael. Just take off your top. I don't care.
Little Christopher Robin Hood said it was okay.
And you know what? I'm actually going to stick with my call of the pairing because I do think, the cigar's giving us some variety in flavors, but nothing like the flavors in the beer. And there's no clashing to me at all. I tell you, you'd said early on, you thought
it's not necessarily a clash. It's more of like when the beer comes in the mouth, the cigar goes out. It's just it pushes all the flavors of the cigar just completely out of the way.
You're saying, and your initial concerns have wavered a little bit. They're playing okay together now.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Oh, sorry. I pulled a Madsen, not really paying attention to anything.
I wasn't paying attention.
So it's not clashing, but they're not
really
they're
clashing.
not working.
It's just overpowered.
They're not working well.
It's just completely going out. Now, if you take the cigar on the back end of the beer, I think you're right. I think you do get some flavors that are augmented there. But like I said, if I do it before I actually drink and I drink after that, then it all kind of comes out. And just
so
I can see myself alchemizing into Madison.
You're adjusting the way you drink and smoke to make them work better together. You're not following through.
He's transmogrifying himself.
Well, I'm A/B testing the process, and then I am evaluating, and I've determined that smoking or inhaling after I have taken a drink of the beer is the most optimal to maximize the flavors coming off of the Debonaire. Is that a cigar with flavors?
I failed to mention, this is our big D episode. I'm kicking myself in the ass for this. We've got Dirty Bastard.
Dirty Bastard.
And we're smoking the Daybreak by Debonaire Cigars.
Yeah.
There's one more D.
What's that?
D's nuts in your mouth.
That's better. I was waiting for you to go douchebag. No. It's called Datalytics. I'm a data analysis.
Yeah. But I would have said douchebag in the Michael Madsen. Douchebag.
Can I have another beer, please?
Yeah, Cody, you need one too, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
All right. Yes, I do.
Before we get into this
Oh,
superb acting.
We're about to
of
get into
these
some of the best acting of the evening right here.
And we're not even 5 minutes in.
Which is not saying anything. We then join Cora. Not Kara.
Cora.
Cora. My spell check had a big problem with that. Cora and her young prepubescent. Is that correct?
Yes.
What age group is prepubescent? Am I saying it weird?
It's
right?
a preteen,
Prepubescent?
Pubescent.
Prepubescent.
Pubescent.
What was I saying?
Pubescent.
Pubescent.
Sounds like you're saying Pooh Bear.
Well, it is Christopher Robin Hood.
Well, there we go. It's fine then.
Prepubescent.
9
Pubescent.
Pubescent.
9 to
Puberty.
11, maybe.
9 to 11?
9 to 11.
Does that
Well,
sound right?
I don't know.
8 to 11.
12.
This
12?
kid's 8,
Okay.
so let's say he's
8 to 12.
He's prepubescent. I should really know what words mean before I use them.
It's never stopped me, man.
I just want to look smart in front of you guys. All I ever wanted is you guys to be like, "Good job, Cade. You nailed it, Cade."
That's great.
You got it, Cadester.
That's what I'm looking for, right there.
It's tremendous.
He gave it to me in Vegas. Now he's back on board. Give it to me now.
Tremendous vocabulary.
Yeah, I'm a genius. We join Cora and her prepubescent son Josh
Oh, God.
as they load up their car with groceries in a supermarket parking lot. He's moaning and whining about his absent father, who he has no real memories of, and she's gently reassuring him, "That's for the best, son. Your daddy was an asshole." Shouldn't say that in many words.
I've had that conversation.
I hope my kids never had that conversation with their mom. Oh, kids, daddy's an asshole.
I have no recollection of Daddy, Mommy.
Is that true, Dad? No, I'm tremendous. I got all
I'm a
sorts.
tremendous
I got all
asshole.
sorts of great shit. So, Cora takes Josh to a pool party. Remember the pool party the girls were talking about in the Sin Pit?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
She takes Josh, where there's nothing but a shit ton of hot chicks in bikinis, which
And
is
you are correct. This is some of the finest acting of this movie.
cool if you're into that kind of thing.
I mean, who wants to look at a screen full of large-breasted blonde women? Not me. It just makes me sick.
It didn't.
It wasn't just
was-
blonde women, Cody. It was redheads, and there was
I was just looking at the blonde
brunettes,
ones.
and
Latinas?
there was a strawberry and Latinas. There was an African American.
Yeah.
There was pale. There was tan. There was Latino.
There was an amputee. Did you see the chick with no arms? Bobby? She was kind of floating down the deep end. This is what we've been reduced to.
I need like 10 more beers immediately.
No, there's no amputees and dirty dealings. I'm sure Michael Madsen would have chopped his arms off if they asked him to. I don't care.
How much you paying me for it? All right.
And take it off. Who's gonna light my cigarettes?
So you had CGI for this shit.
Well, they start the girls all start tossing little Josh around to each other in the pool, and after a few minutes, his balls drop, and he's like, "I'm a man." No, that doesn't happen. They do toss him around like with the little kids in heaven. Actually, one of the babes, he's not in heaven because one of the babes, as she's tickling him with her knockers, discovers a lump under his arm, and she warns him, this could be something serious. But he's not worried one bit. I mean, he's 8 years old after all. He just wants some more suffocating jug hugs. He's getting hugs from every one of those chicks.
Could you imagine that him as like a teenager? Everybody's going to be hanging out at this kid's house.
Can you imagine that kid on set? I'm imagining his father accompanied him to that shoot. No stage mom is sitting there over there by the grill watching this go down.
You want my son to do what? Well, no, hold on, honey. I think it'll be fine. You know what? I'll take him.
Mr. Cade, we're running about an hour late. Joey hasn't had any breakfast or lunch. He's fine. Just y'all keep dancing around and more scotch? Yes, please. This is great.
Kid's gonna do great. It's tremendous.
We're just worried about Joey. Who? Your son, Mr. Cade. Oh, right. He's tremendous. He loves little Josh loves Cora's friends.
Oh yes.
No shit. And they love him. Can I inject a personal story real quick? I think it's apt.
Please do.
It's more entertaining than anything we'll get to tonight. I had a flashback when I saw this scene. True story. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to our listeners. Probably a little bit younger than Josh, maybe second grade, third tops, but I want to say it was second. I was living with a single mom, and she had a lot of single female friends. And there was this one smoking hot chick who I had this huge crush on. And she was coming to pick my mom up to go out on like girls' night out or whatever. And they're waiting for my babysitter to show up. And I came at a 2-story house, and she called for me to come down. She's like, so-and-so's here. I don't remember the girl's name, and it was a really awkward story. I didn't want to ask my mom if she remembered this. But dude, I walked downstairs wearing nothing but a towel. Like I was in my PJs, and when this chick showed up, I'd wrapped a towel around my waist, and I walked down the living room just like debonaire as fuck. Little bubblegum cigar in my mouth. Oh, hi, Tanya. I didn't know you were here. Dude, I totally stripped down and walked down there and tried to... Yeah.
All right.
And it was like a running joke for years. My mom told everybody, and it was just... It was mentally torturous enough that that's why I still remember. I would never remember doing it if people hadn't made fun of like my cousin. She told everybody, my aunts and uncles.
That's exactly how that works.
Oh, look, you got clothes on. What if Tanya comes over? Yeah. But hey, even at that age, like Josh, I knew what I liked. I wasn't afraid to go for it.
Go for it, man.
I believe that is the debonair ideal.
It is.
I don't know about debonair
portraying
idea,
authenticity.
Correct.
Portraying authenticity.
I was acting
the
like,
concept.
I was acting like I could get a hard on. I was 6. It was all about portraying authenticity. I like it. Well, the next morning at the hospital, despite Cora showing zero concern for Josh's lump the day before at the pool party, I mean, it's a party. You
don't want to be a downer.
I guess she is a good mother after all. She brought him to the hospital.
So that's the bar.
Good moms take their kids to the hospital when you find lumps on them. Another personal story.
Oh no.
Yeah. My mom took me to the doctor once because I had 2 giant lumps in my neck. And
lumps?
I was convinced that when I was younger, I power lifted in high school, and I was convinced that I strained so hard that I did something where I had these 2 huge bubbles on my neck. And turns out they were just 2 big lymph nodes swollen. I'm going to stop injecting personal stories from my childhood.
Yeah.
That would be good.
First one was funny. This one kind of... Yeah.
We can edit that out, right?
Why? Oh, yeah, sure. We can. Yeah.
They were tremendous lymph nodes.
They were tremendous swollen nodes.
They were just 2 giant lymph nodes, guys. Imagine that.
Okay. So that's what this movie has reduced us to.
You guys have any boring stories from your childhood to talk about? Cody, remember that time? Cody, remember that time you fell off your skateboard? Tell us about it.
I'm thinking in the pantheon of movies that we've done, and we finally hit that one that's just kind of like, I can't believe it. It's got Michael Madsen. It's got porn stars. This should be like right in our wheelhouse. It's just
not yet. We're gonna get there.
This should be cinematic gold.
We're taking it. We're gonna do what we do best, and we're gonna take this to a level that it could never dream of achieving. Starting right now.
All right.
How's this for sexy boys?
Oh, do it.
The doctor tells young Josh that he has leukemia. Oh, damn it!
Just,
you know what? I really wish I'd come into that at the pool party.
Movies are supposed to be like a roller coaster. You're supposed to get that build up, and we're like, it's like
straight dive.
It's like we were. This ride is that you're at the top of the mountain and you're just going down.
Only that you never were at the top of the mountain. You're somehow at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, you keep going lower.
They've caught the leukemia early, thank God, which is good. So there's hope. But
that is.
But Cora is crushed.
Well,
not Hilary Swank or Meryl Streep crushed. But
she does a good job.
she's doing her best, I suppose.
I'm not going to.
Luckily, we learned from Rain, another chick that works in the Sin Pit, and Arrow, the one who was talking about pumping her muffin. What does that even mean?
These words.
We need that'll be our beer, the pump your muffin IPA. The next day at the casino,
Pump Your Muffin American Pale.
I guess you can take that with the pumpkin spice latte. I don't know.
Rain and Arrow, the next day at the casino, we learned from them gossiping that Josh is in Colorado now at the Aspen Medical Center getting ready for treatment. They've already found a bone marrow donor. Things are looking good.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's been like one day.
Yeah.
People are on those lists for
years.
But their conversations cut short when their bitchy pit boss marches over and tells Rain, go take your break now unless you can't make it to the break room in your 80s stripper shoes without falling flat on your face.
All right, well, first of all, I have a little
Cat fight, huh?
No, not really. Not with the way the lines are delivered. I was just kind of...
You didn't think there was going to be a meow?
No.
Do your cats ever have cat fights at the house?
Oh, yeah, constantly.
That's good to know.
Well, not really constantly.
I've never actually seen... I've seen chicks fight. I've never actually seen a real cat fight among cats.
Yeah.
Is it fun? Do you watch or you break it up?
No, I just... Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Madsen it. Stop it. Stop.
Don't stop. I don't care.
I got a big house.
When you're working at the pub, when two chicks start fighting, you just kind of let it go, right? Run its course.
No, we don't have any fights.
That's true. I haven't seen fights there ever.
Exactly.
Not since I started breaking things up back in '96. Actually,
it was tremendous.
I will say this.
Oh, now we've hit rock bottom. I'm asking Tud about his cats. And I'm actually interested. Like, I'm actually not faking it.
Please save me from this story.
I really want to hear about it.
I will say this, after being in Vegas, I did not notice any of the pit workers talking to each other. They just stood at their thing silent.
Yeah, no, they don't talk to each other.
There was no pump your muffin going on and pillow fight pajama parties.
Well, then again, we were hanging out at some of the nicer casinos.
What?
No, we were hanging out like one of the nicest casinos.
That's what I'm saying. Who knows what goes on in some of the other ones?
Well, we weren't hanging out
where
the
there's
hamburgers
any place
called
don't
the
cost
Sin
40.
Pit.
That is true.
We were at the place where many of these places have hamburgers that don't cost $40.
We were at the place where they look at me and they're like, "Sir, move along.
Get the fuck. I'm staying here. Sure you are. I'm sure you have a tremendous room.
Sir, do you need a cab back to Treasure Island?
Here's my card.
I'm staying at this hotel.
When I turn the lights on, the curtains open. I know.
His story checks out. Well, yeah, you're right. I did not. I mean, it was a nice, clean-looking casino. They were filming this. They filmed it at a place called the South Paradise or West Paradise Casino.
West Paradise Casino?
I'll have to. I hadn't heard of it.
No clue.
I hadn't. Something.
Of course, I didn't know any of those casinos when we were there. I was just kind of, all right. I knew of Excalibur, Treasure Island, and Caesars. I remember the Bellagio only from a Saturday Night Live skit.
And of course,
Not about Circus? Come on, man.
No, I'd forgotten about it. Once I saw it, I was like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
but
we went to the Roma party. Was at at the starts with a V.
Venetian.
Was that at the Venetian?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, I never even heard that.
And then
went to New York.
Of course, New York. We went for our steaks.
Yes.
Wow.
That was quite a steak.
Yes, it was.
It was tremendous.
That's quite some wine.
That was great wine.
That was quite some bill at the end of the night.
That was the most expensive meal I've ever eaten.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
We work hard, we play hard, boys.
Yes, we do.
We're still
Not
finding
quite as
any
hard
reason
as
not to talk about the movie.
20 on the flop.
Well, Cora soon returns to the casino, and she tells the girls she's going to be MIA for a few months while Josh undergoes chemo, understandable, and his immune system gets back up to speed. Oh, no, you're going to miss the pajama bash, Rain says.
I know.
Well,
but my kid's got chemo.
I'll miss the money, but I won't miss the obnoxious cigar-smoking L.A. dorks that think somehow crossing state lines transforms them into a slick playboy and that they can get whatever they want.
TNCC style.
No, that was not a. I was gonna say I saw a lot of dudes smoking cigars. None of them were douchebags. Everybody seemed debonairish,
Sure.
from what I remember,
Very.
and I remember very, very little. I didn't see a lot of douchebags smoking cigars. Cigar smokers in general tend to be a different class of individual.
I didn't really see a lot of people.
They're all
Smoking
cool, collected, and
cigars.
calm like us.
Uh,
I was watching one dude smoke all night. And I'm like, God damn, that guy's got it put together. He hadn't left that chair, and he's just drinking and smoking, and just the ladies are looking at him. He's passing by. Then I realized I was looking at a mirror across the room.
no, you weren't.
And I also realized from this little exchange one other thing. They really shouldn't give these broads dialogue with more than like 5 or 6 sentences. Because when it gets to be like a sentence with 15 words, oh my God. But I digress. Just then, Cora's buddy / potential love interest, Neil, shows up with a gaming system for Josh. He's like, hey, I know he's going to be laid up for a while. I won this. I don't really need it. And I had a cousin who this really got him through some recovery. And boy, what a nice gesture.
nice.
Well
It was very
done,
nice.
Neil.
Good
Well
job, Neil.
done. I'm sure he has no ulterior motives there.
No.
None whatsoever. This man has a heart of gold.
Cora's ecstatic about the GameCube until she goes home and opens a letter from her insurance company telling her that due to the quote-unquote experimental nature of Josh's treatment, they won't be paying for it. She's devastated. Not Kate Winslet or Scarlett Johansson devastated, but she's sad. She's sad for sure.
Some actual tears,
Where
anything.
Where the fuck is she going to find $200,000?
I mean, if only, maybe she had like a job. That
Now, I'll say this. We're giving Cora a lot of crap, but
No, I am.
she wasn't. I've seen worse.
Have you heard worse?
In this movie.
Oh, I've seen a lot worse. I haven't heard many worse.
I've heard worse in this movie.
All right. Well, speaking of the money they need, we cut to the boss's office. Remember, it's got that sign outside, so we know where she is. Where Cora is pleading her case to Dean and his right-hand man, Carter, played by fucking C. Thomas Howell.
See?
He looks pretty good.
He does.
He does.
I'm surprised.
You'll recognize him from The Outsiders, E.T., Red fucking Dawn, and my favorite, The Hitcher. You want to talk about workhorses as an actor? This guy's a fucking workhorse. He's always working.
Hate keeps me warm.
Hate keeps him warm. Yeah, but I'd go probably Red Dawn over the Hitcher's really good though.
Hitcher is good.
But he looks good. He's aged
does.
well. He looks
Yes.
really, really good. And he, unlike some others, is somewhat kind of.
It's not knocking me out of the park, but at least it's not.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
he's-
this guy. I mean,
he's
most people
acting.
aren't paying attention to him. I mean, he literally is in.
He is acting.
He's acting.
He's acting.
He's acting.
But he does, a movie or 2 movies every year. I mean, he's constant.
Do you think when Madsen did him do a scene and it's like, I need you to go downstairs and get that book for me, and he's like, all right, boss. You think the girls are over on the side like, oh shit, that's how it's done. That's how it's. I believe that was his boss.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
He totally upstaged Madsen.
But he's trying. He's trying. Well, Diener promises Cora, look, baby, I sick kid is the worst thing in the world. I'll make some calls and I'll do it. No promises, but I'll do everything I can. And then as soon as she's ecstatic, thank you so much. I forget his last name. I keep calling him the Diener. Thank you so much, Diener.
Belding.
Belding. Like Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. That's the only reason why I know
Principal Belding, Dean
this. Belding.
Belding.
Yeah.
Like that was unintentional. See? It's like an onion. The more we talk, we're uncovering. Christopher Robin Hood laid these hints out there. We're getting to something.
He's finally somebody got
They're
it.
getting it.
Somebody got it.
She is so grateful and optimistic. Not Charlize Theron or Jodie Foster grateful, but she seems like she's happy. But as soon as she's out of the room, Dean tells Carter and their henchman Billy, ponytail henchman, of course, that he ain't calling that insurance company at all. I got a good rate. I'm not going to fuck it up. Especially over Cora. She's not even married. Maybe if she kept her legs together, that little Josh kid wouldn't be a problem.
He would have
Ouch.
gotten
Wow.
leukemia if she would have kept her legs together.
Jeez.
And I guess
he called her an unmarried skank.
I think that we're supposed to realize now that
He is the dirty
These
bastard.
fucking 17-year-olds
But I think this is the scene where we're supposed to be like, that guy's an asshole, when we could clearly tell from the very first scene he's in, he's totally an asshole.
But he's screwing 17-year-old skanks, and he's totally judging her. Unmarried skank.
What an asshole.
I guess Josh wouldn't be in this predicament if she knew how to keep her legs closed.
I'm just a tremendous asshole.
Keep in mind, if she had spread her legs, he would be all up in it in a heartbeat. Anyway. You can tell Carter and the other guy, Billy, disapprove of... They're like, they want to help. They're like... Carter even suggests, I'll make the call to the insurance company. Like, we can try to do something.
Yeah.
It's a hard no, Carter. And that's it. They're not going to do anything. So Carter finds Rain down in the casino floor, and he tells her reluctantly, he honestly wanted to help, that the insurance company is still going to deny the claim, and it's probably best for you to tell Cora.
Yeah,
I don't want to have that conversation. I think she'd take it from you best, the shitty news. I'll be over. I'll be back in my office.
It's called being a leader. Do your job.
No, it's called being the boss, and you don't have to do that shit. No,
you be a leader and you do that.
It's all about delegating.
That's right.
Delegate a lot of stuff, but not. We can't.
By the way, Yakbo, I need you to text the doctor to look at his fax machine in the morning.
I can do that.
We've actually going to replace him with Michael Madsen. He's agreed to.
Well, we know it's a step up for him.
How's the cigar, Michael? Woodsy. Okay.
There's a lot of smoke.
You're just smoking cigarettes. Oh.
You can't even give a shit on the podcast.
You can't even. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I've been lighting up these cauliflower menthols all night. I'm addicted. They're just like No, they're not. They're not, Michael. They're not like regular cigarettes.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
This one has cheddar cheese flavor.
So the girls all head over to Cora's house and deliver the bad news.
For another pool party.
And then they take off their clothes and have another pool party. But you know what? They brought her $11,000 in an envelope that they gathered from all the girls.
It was a very sweet thing.
And they love Josh. They love this kid. And they went to all the gaming guys, like everyone, all the employees of the casino chipped in $11,000. And they have some other ideas, they say, as far as the rest.
That's actually really touching.
Well, they're scheming. Really? Were you touched by that?
I was, man.
Okay.
That's a lot of money to raise for a bunch of pit workers.
Well, I mean, Rain's making $200 a minute.
And now she's basically telling the people at the table, give me your money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pump my muffin tonight if you give me and think of you. Oh, really?
Okay.
God. It's like the worst of strip club scenes. Like, hey, baby. Hey, sexy. Terrible.
Hey, Kate, I paid her $100 because she's going to be pounding her muffin thinking of me.
Oh, man. I wonder if I can get in on that. Hey, here's another 100. When you're thinking of him, can you picture me and him together? Wait a minute. Give me that. I'll give you 25 for that. Picture like a divider between me and him. You got it, baby. Oh, good. Tut, they're going to be picturing a divider between us when they're, when they're pumping their muffins later. Yax, you went in on this?
All you got to do is pony up $25.50, man.
They'll put a divider. It's fine.
It's not weird with the divider.
I go over to her later, give her another chip, lose the divider. Oh, this is getting weird.
Yeah, it is.
Well, while they're scheming to save Josh, he's in his bedroom playing a board game with blonde bombshell Lexi. I like Lexi.
Yes.
Which is weird. That's my in-law's dog's name.
Yeah.
Want to talk about my in-law's dogs for a minute? No. No, of course not. And he suggests that perhaps we could play the board game better if we just were wearing our swimsuits. You horny little bastard.
I like your style, Josh.
Yeah.
I like your
I
style.
hope they save him now. I was kind of on the fence. He was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Well, I was really expecting him more to do like the whole, let me get my juice box. Oops. Oh.
Or she's like, Josh, you spilt your juice box. I didn't have a juice box.
Hey. So tell me more about this clean liquid thing.
Clean fluid system?
Fluid system.
Oh, no. Is that a fruit roll-up in your swimsuit, Josh, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, you know, Had they actually, been able to do actually real game, they could have done Pokemon. Oh, it looks like I used my Squirtle card.
I thought he'd get that.
Sometimes we think he's cool, but then again,
Our first Pokemon reference.
And it didn't come from me.
That's
Well,
sick.
wait,
That
well-
sick, horny little bastard.
well, we're just saying.
Well, later that night, Josh. I'm gonna move on. Cora catches Josh online gaming with Neil, the dude who gave him the system. So
Now,
she
Neil
kind
sounds like me.
of, so she kind of senses like, oh, this is what's up. So she grabs the headset off Josh. Hello, Neil.
What's up, babe?
She acts pissed, but when Neil explains he's truly doing it all for Josh, because why would he lie about that? She melts. Oh, Neil.
Well, he does, at least we get kind of a semi backstory. He had been injured in
Yeah,
a
and
thing,
he did this
and
too.
he was-
But she does. She goes from, I guess, angry. It's hard to tell with her to she melts. Not like Nicole Kidman or Julianne Moore melts, but she halfway decent kind of.
invites him over.
She gives into his charms. Real quick, I do want to say tonight we're listening. You didn't hear us start with our usual opening music. Tonight we're listening to our fifth member, Fritz Beer, his band The Bishops, 2 CD live set, live at Elijah P's. Available now, fritzbeermusic.com. It's a double disc, fucking 31 something songs, 2 whole sets that night, and it's, man, sounding good to me. You like it? Yeah. Me
I
too.
do like Fritz. I like Fritz's voice. I like Fritz's style. I like their rock stuff.
The Bishops a little bit different. They started more of a punk band. This was his first band when he was younger. They kind of reunited here recently. Got a lot of kind of more punk influence than a lot of his more kind of American rock and roll, Tom Petty kind of Replacements kind of feel. I've always dug their stuff, but man, they sound good.
Yeah.
So go to fritzbeermusic.com, buy the CD, or for you hip young kids, the digital download. I think if you buy the CD, you get a free digital download.
It's usually how. Well, maybe is it how that works?
I think that's how that works.
Cool.
Okay.
Real quick, cigar, Tut, you got a hell of an ash going there. Oh my
Heck yeah,
god,
man! It's one of the few times that I haven't. Normally, I don't care about the ash. I just thump it and be like, "Screw it." I don't want to maintain.
Right?
I don't know why. I'm kind of hanging in on this one.
It's beautiful ash. That's kudos to the construction. Draw has been great. For me, I'm excuse me, a little
Yeah,
over.
screw it.
A little over. Oh, I was gonna. The strength, like I mentioned last time we mentioned, it had gone up a little bit. It's gone up even a little bit more for me
Really?
now. It's full
Yeah.
medium for me. Yeah, you?
It.
Yeah.
I'm still getting that cream. I'm not getting any pepper, but that walnut, that's still there. It's gotten.
I never got the walnut.
It's become very kind of just on the back side. It's just very leathery right now. But
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've lost the
The
gram.
leather's new. That hasn't been. You
Yeah.
had the smell
Yeah.
of leather.
I
on the-
had the smell of leather before I lit up, but
now
I mean,
you're-
like right
you're
now, I'm
actually
just
getting
I'm really getting a taste of that.
Okay.
And I think primarily that's coming from just the strength increase. It's tasty. I mean,
I will admit, this is the first time getting the
I
leather.
mean, I'm halfway
midway,
now, and
midway
the-
through.
Yeah.
It's the construction
Um,
has been great. I mean, burn line is perfect.
It is a very pretty Connecticut wrapper too. Yeah, the strength is picked up. I've still got that creaminess. I never got the walnuts. I got hazelnuts.
Hazelnuts.
No nuts. Just cream, the light woodsiness, and the leather, and yeah, the spice on the nose has been there the whole time.
Yeah. I've definitely transitioned into the leather. I've got a little hint of pepper on the retro hair.
You're still getting the graham cracker?
Not a lot of
Yeah,
it.
that cookie. When you said that, I was at the same point. I was getting like we mentioned, the cookie that's gone.
Yeah, it transitioned out.
But hey, there's transitions in there. I mean, it's going to some different places. That's nice.
and I actually do get a little bit of pepper on the retro hail, like on the very back end of it.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I need to adjust my complexity score.
Look at you adjusting your scores. I like it. It's the smoke as a whole. You got to adjust as you go. Yeah, we hadn't done a lot of Connecticut's this year on the show. I was kind of excited. to do a Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because it's not really in my profile right now. You know, those light, mild. Because I haven't really felt a lot of transition into the strength. So I'm still pegged at a nice mild, which is really not my style of cigar. But I do enjoy it. I do appreciate what they're going for.
I do too. I love when people do something a little bit different than just a straightforward mild Connecticut. We had some great ones last year. Our number one cigar last year, Rose of Sharon, is a really interesting Connecticut. There's Latno Sans from Jocelyn Crawl.
Yeah.
It was a strong Connecticut that had a lot of flavor. Like, people doing some really cool stuff with Connecticut. And this thing is not boring. I mean, it's keeping me interested. And it's holding its own against a very flavorful beer, in my opinion.
I will. No,
Yeah, that's...
You know, actually, you're right. You're right about that. It's not now. Once, like I said, if I drink it before I do the beer, then it gets washed away. But on the backside, it actually hangs in there.
And I really like the beer.
Yes. That I'm really like. Now, like I said, I mean, Founders is a really good brewery. Been around. Since
Where are they out of?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Started in '96. They originally called the Canal Street Brewing. All the original breweries in Grand Rapids started there on Canal Street, and that's originally what they called Canal Street Brewing. But they went and they showed an old picture on their original label that they were putting on their bottles. The old street picture showing the old breweries, and they put the Founders above it, and everybody just started calling it Founders beer. So they went with that name.
It's a better name.
It is.
It's a better name.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Like Snoopy and Woodstock, or the actual edible peanuts?
The actual edible peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
So you're getting walnuts.
But it's weird because I think that's actually coming off of the beer combo.
There's no. Oh, you think it's injecting something that's bringing out the peanut in the cigar?
Yeah, because it's like not like I don't get peanuts when I'm inhaling it, but like after you've. Why are you looking at me that way like I'm just stark raving mad?
It just said something about you inhaling penis.
No, peanuts.
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 Say that without the T.
No. Peanuts.
Peanuts.
So, yeah, I think it's actually a combination coming off of the deal.
It counts.
No.
That's why you pair stuff. That's why you drink with your smoke. They, hopefully in a perfect world bring out something that they wouldn't have otherwise. I've yet to have the cigar bring out anything in the beer. I don't think it works that way.
No.
But certainly we've seen the libations bring out new things in the cigar.
It's weird how that works.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's weird how that works, though.
It's a very beautiful thing. All right, so walnuts, peanuts. I can't wait to see what kind of nuts I get in my mouth here in a minute. Edit that out.
No.
Tremendous nuts.
That's nuts.
You want to go back to my mansion? I got some tremendous nuts. We'll see. I hope I get some nuts.
It's the best that money can buy.
Well, the next morning they run their plan by Dean and Carter. First, they ask Dean to loan Cora the $200,000, which they know he won't do. It's a slippery slope. I give you $200,000 every waitress.
Then I have to do it for
Yeah, I have to
I got to pay for Carter's erectile dysfunction medicine. He's like, hey, I told you that in confidence. No.
There's no medication.
That would be
over
funny
there.
if that happened, but there's no there's none of that in the script.
The comedy
There's
in
no,
this movie?
There's no comedy in this movie whatsoever. No intentional comedy. When he says no, which they know he'll do, they then hit him up with their real plan, which is to produce a titillating calendar to sell at this year's Pajama Bash.
Oh, yeah.
Yax, did I use that word correctly? Titillating?
You did.
Once you see that scene, you did.
All the Sin Pit girls are on board. Our customers are always wanting to see more of us. Now is their chance. And it won't cost Dean a thing. They just need his permission. They'll sell them for $100 a pop. So they got to sell 200 of these, 2,000 of these things.
Which they can totally do.
They can totally do.
After they take the pictures, yes, they can.
Even if they just said fundraiser, they could probably do it. But
They could, hello, Bikini Car Wash.
Had they simply just like
We've
stood
done
out
7 movies on them.
We know the formula,
They
damn
exist,
it.
damn it.
We know the formula.
Had they just simply used the calendars and... Oh, here, I'm going to sell this calendar. It's for a fundraiser for one of the girls' sick kids. Half these... You saw the jokes over here. Just have throwing $100 chips at you.
You can see me naked in it. All right. Oh, for the kids?
For the kids.
For the kids. I'm going to write this off. Can I get a receipt?
And surprisingly, grumpy old Dean tells him, you know what? Not only do you have my permission, honey, I'll put the remaining calendars in the gift shop and I'll help you out. But you got to try to sell as many as you can. I'm not going to put up too much space in the gift shop. But that was a nice gesture of him.
Yeah, he's not a total dirty
Him and Carter
bastard.
really seem on board with this. Carter seems like it's a great idea. They seem halfway enthused about the project. I mean, not Reservoir Dogs or Kill Bill enthused, but they're putting some effort out there. It's nice. Meanwhile, at Cora's house,
Well, he's definitely a Red Dawn enthused. I mean, he's just like, hate keeps the calendar selling.
he was a very quiet, smoldering
I think Red
presence.
Dawn would be a
in,
completely different movie if Madsen was playing the Powers Booth thing as he fills from
Oh
the sky.
God! Parachute lands. Oh shit!
There's a whole bunch of Russians in the
Soviets were all over us. It was tremendous.
You guys got any cauliflower menthols? Hanging around his lip. He's got earrings.
I thought there was 6 billion Chinese. There could be. I suck at math.
There's tremendous amount of them. I don't.
There's a tremendous amount of
Well, Neil shows up at Cora's house to hang out with Josh, quote
Yeah.
unquote. Josh isn't there, but after a few beers, he reveals his long-standing crush on Cora, which prompts her to go into the kitchen, where she fortunately has some lingerie shoved behind the toaster, which she changes into in the kitchen. She opens like a.
I don't mind
she
this plot
opens a
point.
silverware
No,
drawer and
literally,
pulls
no.
out some
I
lingerie.
don't
No,
mind
it's
this
sitting
plot
on
point.
the counter.
I don't mind this.
Oh, I don't either.
You know
Makes
what?
me, you know how unhygienic
Screw the suspension of disbelief.
Josh goes in there to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and Mom's lingerie's hanging over the side of the counter.
You're
terrible.
giving me a movie full of porn stars, and here we go. This is the first glimpse.
Well, that's where it ends, the glimpse.
It is a glimpse. Come on.
No, I'm saying it could have gone a lot more. Here's where it goes wrong.
No.
She seduces his ass into the bedroom. But unfortunately, as I've stated my disdain for before, I believe in the It Follows episode, Cora chooses to leave said lingerie on for the entire lovemaking scene. According to you, she's a porn star. They do a whole love scene with her dressed. You don't see anything.
And it's not even a good love scene.
I'm sorry, but clenched hands, sweaty hands together works
Close-ups
in the
of
Terminator.
it.
It works in the Terminator. It doesn't work in Dirty Dealings. I'm sorry. We really need to see the dirty goods. I sounded like Madsen there. We got to see the dirty goods, baby. Am I right?
You are right.
You are correct.
Chris Robin Hood was
Indeed.
trying to be something that this movie's not.
Or you hired porn stars who refuse to get naked in your movie.
I don't think he could afford them to get naked.
That is true.
They're porn stars. What is,
They
wanna
blew,
see their
they
boobs?
blew their budget on Madsen, and that's what he turned out. And they're like, "Oh crap!"
oh, great. We got porn stars who won't get naked.
Do you want us to get naked? Look, whoa. I've got Madsen and C. Thomas Howell money over here. I don't have any of this.
Next, I'm doing a movie about dogs who don't bark. They're porn stars. They get naked.
Not in this movie.
Well, they do it regardless of the lack of nudity.
Well,
It's a good thing Josh was on that pizza date with Lexi.
My problem is like, did she really need to even put the clothes on? Like, she could have just walked out naked. Like,
Exactly.
I need to put the sexy lingerie on to seduce this guy. He might not want me. That seems like
When
that's
she
the,
walks out in the
that's
lingerie,
the look
he
she
does
has
keep-
in the kitchen. Like, oh no, I don't think. What if he doesn't want me?
He keeps looking at his phone for like 2 minutes when she walks out in the lingerie. He's checking baseball scores. Oh. Hey, is he a porn star too?
I have no
He
idea.
could have been. Who
He
knows?
had the acting range of a porn star. That would suck if she stayed clothed, but we see his junk. Oh, damn you, Christopher Robin Hood. I thought Robin Hood gives to the poor. You're not giving me shit. Alright, well. We cut to a full-blown montage now of the Sin Pit girls doing their calendar shoot.
Finally.
whatever we didn't see in the bedroom, we're now about to see
Finally.
a lot of. And if their customers want to see the rest of them, I think they will not be disappointed. Titties and bitties are all on display for everyone to see. It's funny, Yak suggested when we were talking beers for tonight, they had one called the Fur Slipper IPA. But then we realized after watching the movie, we should save that for like a 70s exploitation flick. There are
I'm
no
like,
first.
man,
There's
you can't call a beer Fur Slipper and not want to drink that with certain types of movies.
but there is no fur to be seen at this calendar shoot.
Like I said, they're this not in these.
But I'm happy that they're actually showing stuff.
Oh, you see plenty of. I mean, they look like
Beautiful.
Neil likes to eat off a clean plate.
They looked beautiful and very tasteful.
Oh, you say tasty. I was like, just calm down, Tut. My God. Yeah, they show everything, and all the girls, bend over and juggle their boobs.
It wasn't hustler style. It was more Playboy
They
style.
don't spread their cheeks and like. Arrow, could you get over there and stick your tongue up Rain's ass? That'd be great. We'll do that for March. No, I mean, there's nothing super porno about it. But I mean, they are showing upstairs and downstairs.
Yes, they are. That's
Is
why.
that what that BBC show was about? Upstairs, downstairs?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
It was on PBS.
I think it was up for a Grammy or something.
A Vivid Video Adult Video Awards.
Upstairs, Oscar
downstairs.
documentary.
Oh.
Making the Oscars relevant again.
So I can cross upstairs, downstairs off my binge watching.
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
You're not gonna.
Oh, that's funny.
No fur slippers.
No
you know-
Fur Slippers.
You know the Oscars, they came out with that the best big budget popular movie. If that doesn't bring in ratings, I guess they're going to go for the best adult documentary.
The fur slipper goes to Christopher Robin Hood's on.
All of a sudden, it's Michael Madsen out there. It's a tremendous award.
The golden fur slipper goes to. He just walks off. No, you got to say the name.
Cheyenne. Cheyenne Sky.
That's not even one of the girls. I don't give a shit anymore.
It's a major award. It's tremendous.
It seems like a dynamite calendar. Am I right? And when the girls crack open their boxes of the calendars,
Oh, okay.
again, it's not that kind
I
of
was about to
calendar.
say, it wasn't Hustler
It's like I
calendar.
missed that part.
Yeah. Listen,
How long was that rental fee?
Inside out it off.
When they crack open their box, I can't believe this is the end.
You know you worked like 2 days on that.
I honestly didn't. It's just when they crack open their boxes of the finished product. At Cora's house, they all seem very giddy with the results. They're very happy. The calendar came out very tasteful, and they're happy.
Look at us being completely nude and okay with it.
But you know who's not happy with the calendars?
Who?
Dean the Machine.
Oh, come on.
Mean Dean. That's who.
You think the Dirty Bastard would be all about these calendars?
Hey, we're drinking Dirty Bastard. Now you're getting it. He tells Carter it's nothing more than porn. And the Las Vegas Gaming Commission's going to fine his ass big time for this.
Okay, now that
He
I
was
understand.
there in the meeting when they said they were going to show their customers everything. I think it's a fantastic, tremendous idea. What the fuck is this? Dude, are you bipolar? Like, you totally okayed this. Which Carter says, like, that's the impression I got. I think it's great. He's over there spanking it to September. Dude, he's got a big thing for Rain. He likes Rain.
He does.
Well, Dean is
Yeah,
pissed.
I like Rain.
And I'm going to get fined for something I'm not even making money off of. It's all about money for Dean.
It is.
He tells Carter to run it by the commission prono or he's killing the project. And you know what? He doesn't have time to do that. He kills it immediately. He's an asshole. He's like, no way. We're not doing it.
Well, you can't really have a porn calendar in your gift shop.
He agreed to it.
I know, but you can't.
You can totally have in your gift
Put it
shop.
on the top shelf with a black thing over it like the Hustlers.
Oh, okay.
You have women in it's called the sin pit.
To be honest,
Wearing their ass is hanging out in
To
a
be-
thong.
To be honest, I never went to the Wynn's gift shop, so I don't know what a.
Yeah, Cody and I went down to buy like a $30 2-gallon of Coke, and some chips.
How much are these peanuts? That's $15.
Well,
That's about right.
did you say peanuts?
I said peanuts.
Okay. Thought I heard.
You're hearing a lot of penis tonight.
So Neil's peanut. Wait. My headband's on a little too tight tonight. Happened again. That's right, listeners. If you go to our YouTube page, this is episode 2 of The Headband, which all started from the Vegas trip, baby. And it's not ending anytime soon.
You know, for all the shit you gave me of McConaughey, it seems like McConaughey made an impression on you.
He did. This headband has changed my life.
Well, he is McConaughey.
That is true.
That pretty much sums
That
up
is
everything.
true. I'm not going to give you shit about being influenced by McConaughey.
And my kids love Headband Dad.
Do they?
Yeah, they actually prefer Headband Dad to non-Headband Dad.
To drunk
So do you
dad.
like-
Oh no, we asked. It was a vote.
So do they know there's serious trouble going down when headband comes off?
Ugh. You don't want to be around Headband Dad when Headband comes off.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
So they kill the calendar, and Cora is beside herself. Not Jessica Lange or Judi Dench beside herself, but she's certainly upset. Boy, I'm really being hard on this girl, aren't I?
You totally are, man.
Hard on this porn star, am I? They spent $15,000 on these calendars.
Where are they getting this money?
Well, she had
all
that-
these schemes.
You saw the dudes throwing them $100
all these
chips.
schemes.
They gave her 11
She's
grand.
complaining about where am I going to get $200,000?
She explained it. They gave her that 11 grand. She said she could get 15 for the mortgage of her house.
It all checks
Christopher
out, Cody.
Robin Hood did his homework here. Make sure all the math is up.
Christopher Robin Hood made sure the backstory matched
Yeah.
and the character motivation
You know,
is
I'm
there.
thinking these girls could have asked these jackholes sitting across from her with these gaming tables, give me $5,000, I'll show you my boobs. Okay.
Okay. Will this prove I'm not a fag? That line would be in this movie. Sorry, Christopher Robin Hood.
I'm not.
And then they spent all that money and he pulls the fucking plug. The girls hunker down and conspire to rip off the casino. More specifically, rip off Dean, the asswipe, for the whole $200 grand they need. They're going to get it all from him.
And
But
here
no-
comes the Ocean's 11 plot.
But in order to do that, they're going to need to get some pencils and paper and come up with a plan.
Let's brainstorm.
We're going to need a plan, one girl says. Well, if we're going to plan something, we should have pencils and paper to write the plan down, another brainiac says. All the
is
girls
true.
nod in agreement. I like that.
That is true.
We're going to need pencils and paper.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That might be my favorite line in the whole
That's
movie.
that's pretty much the way I open my meetings, my business meetings, is let's get some pencil and paper because it's about to get real.
But that's not even it. It's like, all right, guys, we're going to need to come up with a plan here. But if we're going to need a plan, Mr. Tuttle, we're going to need pencils and papers to write down the plan. That's why I hired you. Good job, Jefferson.
If only
Good.
you weren't
Good.
accurate in that description.
I like it. I like it. You know who else always has a clever plan up their sleeve?
Who?
Our friends at Drew Estate. Ooh. Earlier I mentioned the new sizes of Liga 9 and T52 coming down the pipeline from DE. Well, we've also got the Unico Series Nasty Fritas to be excited about. The Nasty Fritas utilize a Connecticut broadleaf Oscuro wrapper,
Yeah.
my favorite, and a plantation-grown Brazilian Matafina binder over Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers. Like the highly popular Papas Fritas, the Nasty Fritas filler tobacco incorporates leftover tobacco leaves that are shortcut through the manufacturing of the Liga 9 and the T52. It's a really cool shaped cigar, too, very unique. Everybody at the trade show was going crazy over them, so be on the lookout. They're coming soon. Go to drewestate.com to learn more. After the show. Listen to the show, then go to drewestate.com. After the show, I'm going to be checking out the IMDb for some of these ladies. I had no idea I could see some other things they've done.
Yes.
So you weren't like, oh, I reckon.
No.
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 I'm actually pretty proud. I'm happy about this.
When you
'cause
type in mature, homemade, anything, these chicks don't come up. I'm guessing.
Well, no, because they're professionals.
And you know what?
It would not be homemade.
There
you
wasn't
would-
any Asian girls in this crew.
No, there wasn't.
And I saw a huge amount of Asian card dealers. Or was that just at the nicer casinos we were at?
There was a lot of Asian card dealers.
There wasn't any in this one.
No, that's true. Oh, wait. This movie doesn't reflect the actual Vegas experience?
Yeah, it does.
Not my experience.
No.
I just couldn't. There was just a giant plethora of Asian consumers in the casinos, families.
Yeah.
It was like a huge hot vacation spot. A lot of the slot machines were like Asian inspired, like dragons and Asian girls on the machines.
Yeah.
Anime.
Yeah.
It was very geared.
It was heavily geared towards an Asian tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that here.
Nope.
But then again, I think this was filmed quite a few years ago, and if I read this correctly.
I thought you said that this was filmed in
No, it was
2018.
released in 2018.
Oh, they filmed it in 2009.
Well, I was gonna say, like, based on simply on the gaming system that Neil gave, a PlayStation 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm like,
When was that out?
well, the
Well, we're now on 4.
yeah. So this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He's not going to give her his best stuff, you know. I want it. Yeah, he went to a pawn shop and got it for like $20.
I always like it because I was thinking about this to where you always hear about you're looking at, not that this has happened to me, but I always hear about the guys who are like, I recognize you, miss, from somewhere. Where do I recognize? I'm horrible with names, but I recognize the face. Do I know you?
Oh, if you
from
ran
something?
into one of these actresses like on the
And
street.
then they'd be like, yes, I'm a porn actress. You recognize me from porn.
Ass Poker's number 7. No, but there was poker. You were in Dirty
No, you were in
Dealings.
Dirty Dealing. So I'm totally got an out now. If I'm with my wife.
I bet
and-
she would be ecstatic that this is what you recognized her from.
So why not?
Yeah. And your wife, you're right. If you're with your wife, she'd be kind of relieved. Baby, it's for the podcast.
What's up? Actually, she's.
Giving up on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually left me 3 months ago.
How many episodes are we at? She knows what she's. Yeah.
The minute I bought those Pussy Willow beers, I knew it was over. It was over. Hey, that's dedication. Good job, Doug.
The person who came up with that name, either they were the greatest person or they were the most
Naive person.
ever.
I don't see what this could possibly go wrong. What'd you come up with, Jeff? I thought we named the beer after Pussy. All right.
No, a tree.
The Pussy Willow. Oh, right.
Jeff's Mormon. He doesn't think the way others think. All right, well. They watch Jeff go on his bicycle and ride home. They're all, God bless, he's so innocent.
He's
Why would-
Amish now?
But then he's got Madsen as a boss. Oh, that's fine. I like it.
Aren't Mormons,
We can't call a beer this.
aren't Mormons the guy that ride around on bikes?
Yes.
I thought that was Amish.
No, they
No,
ride
the
around
Amish
on
riding carriages.
horse and buggies.
Jehovah's Witness?
Jehovah's Witnesses, maybe.
Jehovah's Witnesses walk.
They walk.
No.
Mormons ride bikes.
Mormons ride bicycles.
Jehovah's Witness ride bikes, man.
No, Mormons ride bikes.
No, they're dressed up in their suits, and it's like 110 degrees out, and they come to my door, and they're on
No,
bikes.
Jehovah's Witnesses wear the robes and stuff. Like an airplane. The guys in the airport, those are Jehovah's
No,
Witnesses.
Those are Christians.
that's the Hare Krishnas.
Oh. Prince was a Jehovah's Witness.
Jews for Jesus?
Yeah, let's not bring religion into dirty dealings, all right? And the TNCC loves all religions.
Absolutely.
All religions.
We may subscribe to none, but we love them all.
We'll go with it.
Well,
I
the gr-
subscribe to Christianity, thank you.
I mean practicing.
I practice Christianity, thank you.
You don't go to church.
No, I don't.
Well, you're not practicing Christianity then. Oh, in your own way.
Yes, in my own way.
He's one of those half-assed. I worship,
Oh wait,
I
you're
worship
sitting
in
here
my
on
own
a
way.
podcast talking about porn stars drinking beer, smoking cigars. Jesus is cool with that.
as part of the ideal society.
Yeah.
Cody and I think we don't have to answer questions. Our Debonaire Ideal Society membership covers everything. Good point, Yax.
This opens
Hey,
a lot of doors.
That's when you pull that shit out when he starts pointing fingers.
No, I feel absolved. My reverend watches the show.
The Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yax, you go to church, right?
On occasion, yes.
Snake handlers.
Let us never speak of that again. Ever. Let us speak of the movie.
Speaking of snake handlers, let's get back to the girls. Trouser snakes, am I right?
Do it.
All right, let me relight my cigarette real quick. Guys, cigars, you are in your final third.
Final third.
You're approaching the final third.
Yes.
I am just getting the final third. Still same thing, peanuts, walnuts.
Yeah, I can't tell if the strength's picked up or whether the beer's actually kicking in.
Dude, Mr. Peanut looks kind of debonair in that little top hat and the monocle and the cane.
Oh my God.
The little tuxedo. He is the debonair ideal.
He is.
I'm out.
Wait, you're saying Mr. Peanut is a douchebag?
I'm saying if we go to the debonair rolling factory, you might see that monocle wearing smooth operator walking around tapping his cane on the tables like,
I do kind of
get those cigars out faster.
I'm out.
Got Mr. Peanut in here somehow. Cream still there?
No.
It is.
You and me both. I still got the cream. Still got a little bit of spice on the nose. The woodsy's there, and the leather is there for me now.
It is there, yeah.
I'm still waiting to get any kind of nutty profile that you guys have had. Anything else, or is all that still there for you? Is it all coming?
It is.
It's all together now, from the beginning to end. Everything is present in the final third.
By the time it hit halfway, then all those flavors, and it's so far it has stayed that same profile.
So little things came and went in the first half, and now they're all there playing together.
Yes.
Same with you, Tut?
Sure. I still have yet to get the cream.
Okay. Well,
Well, at least it's not butter.
I haven't gotten butter.
That would be nice. I could go for some butter right now.
You sons of bitches.
Okay. I am liking it. You guys want to talk price? Might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Let me check my... Okay. Yak boy. No, I'm going to go Tut first.
$7.25.
That was oddly specific. I'm going to go 726.
I am going to go on my own here. I'm going to say... Oh, God, I don't want to say it. These go for 13.
What?
They're available at our good friends Famous Smoke Shop right now for $13. A couple and
All right,
many
so I
others.
was way off.
I would have said 8 if I didn't know.
I could probably see 950 max.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I get.
But
8 I can go for.
you know,
I imagine the the liquid cleansing.
I don't
system.
know what kind of clean fluid system they're using. I mean, it could be.
It's gotta be
top
right.
notch.
Well, I mean, everything you add to the process costs.
Yes.
You don't get
haven't
Mr.
told-
Peanut walking around.
All right, first of
They
all,
haven't
smacking
told
his-
us what kind of fluid it is. I mean,
First
it
of all,
could be.
it depends on what the market can bear. If people are paying $13 for this cigar, then it's a $13 cigar. I'd be kind of curious about that. Because if they're not, then get that clean fluid system out of here. Get your alchemist back in there.
Tell Mr.
And try
Peanut to hit the streets.
Tell Mr. Peanut to hit the streets and try to get this thing down. I mean, it was nice. There was some transition in there, yes. But $13? That's steep
That is
for this
no
cigar.
one's buying it at 13. Get the not so clean fluid system in there. All right.
When you look at
Bring that price
when
down.
you look at the cigar we smoked last week, the Cedrus, I think it was 11,
Oh.
and that thing.
But,
was,
you know, we have to also couch that the Cedrus was really close to our normal everyday profile. I'll admit, this is out of my normal everyday
I've been smoking
profile.
more and more Connecticut's lately. I have been kind of. I went from the guy who loved the dark, strong Lajero beasts in my, when I first started smoking, and I've gradually. I mean, I smoke more
You know,
Connecticut's, but to
And
me,
Cody started out with, the lighter profiles and the
I
milder
think
profiles
this one
and the
is
Dominicans.
fantastic.
it's a good cigar.
I'm
I'm not saying anything. I've enjoyed, like we said, transitions. don't come around every day. This thing has come and went. It's got complexity.
It does have complexity.
It's got transitions where they come and go, and then they come back again, and they're bringing it all together in the final act.
I think it's actually working well with the beer.
Construction, I do too.
And considering how complex and strong the beer is, this one is actually, it being medium to mild, and it's holding its own.
See, that's one thing that's kind of, how do you gauge that? I mean, like when you look at, the price and value aspect of a cigar, if this is your profile of a cigar, this is the kind of stuff that you like. Like, if I've been a Dominican smoker all this time and I like the milder profile cigars, maybe I would pay $13 for it. Maybe it is like right there.
You're not the audience for this cigar.
Yeah, maybe I'm not.
But I am.
So when I
am looking for more interesting, complex Connecticut's,
and
that seems high to me.
But because I was about to say, because like when I crap on this cigar for the price and value, which I am, just how fair is that? Because I'm not the audience for it.
It's a good Connecticut, but man, that's a.
Yeah, but when I think of like the Rose of Sharon versus this,
no, it's Rose of Sharon's on another level. And even then, I mean, you can get the EC.
EC Intemperance, yeah.
You could get a Toro for probably $7. It's almost half.
Yeah.
I'm curious where I guess there's a lot that goes into the manufacturing of these cigars. I mean, it certainly sounds like a lot of steps are in place and a lot of thought goes in, which I can appreciate. But to me, that's high.
Yeah, it's a shame because it is a good cigar. I just don't think I can't see me paying $13 for this, knowing what else is on the shelf.
It's weird when you look at our faces whenever I tell you guys a high price point. When I say high, usually anything over 12, I consider, because you get a lot of great cigars for 12 and under. I can almost kind of guess I'm either going to have to recoil from Tut's reaction, but there's some cigars where I know, like the Pappy Van Winkle tradition, or some other expensive cigars we've had, where I can tell just by the comments. I'm not even asking you guys what you think about the cigar. You guys are chomping at the bit to break in and tell me about the cigar. Like when I tell you the price, there's no shock value. It's like, you know what? All right, I'll pay that. That was 2 hours of awesome, just unbelievable smoke. Fun. I'll pay that. Yeah, I don't quite have that impression here. It's a good cigar. I would pay, if I wanted a good Connecticut, and that's what I was in the mood for, a complex Connecticut, and I went to a humidor and this thing was $9, I might go for it. Anything over that, I would probably go elsewhere. Agreed?
Agreed.
How much was the beer?
I
$9 a sixer or something like that?
Sure.
That seems fair. It's really good. It's complex. It's staying cold, which is the thing I hated about the clown shoes. No matter how long you refrigerate that thing, the minute you pour it, it warms up.
Yes.
You might as well not refrigerate it. It's going to taste the exact same. Is there a certain thing in beer that some beers stay colder than others?
No.
That's just a bad beer. I'm on record.
It's just a bad beer.
I don't like it. And
the clown shoes, not the Dirty Bastard.
Correct. Dirty Bastard, we're fans. We like the Founders and we like this one. And the Founders was complex too. With the Shaggy Maduro that we did from
the Breakfast Stout.
The Breakfast Stout. It brought out a lot of things from the beer. The beer played really well with it. And I think the beer actually helped this cigar too, but not enough to bump it up a few dollars.
Yeah.
And what are the odds you're going to be someplace where they've got this and that? All right.
I don't think we really need to stick to continuity here.
All right. Well, we'll get back to the movie here. It's, you know what? It's a really, especially this last third, is a really good cigar. I just wish it was cheaper.
Yeah.
But you can wish in one hand, shit in the other. Things cost what they cost. So.
Like I said, if there's people that's out there paying for it, then that's what it is.
A lot of debonair guys out there can afford it, and more power to them. I wish Ferraris cost cheaper.
Absolutely.
I bet they're fun to drive, but
This ain't no Ferrari.
I don't think so. It's not a Kia, but it's not a Ferrari.
No.
It's somewhere in the middle. Well, they have a roulette and crap scheme brewing, the girls, but both will require some seed money and an actor to play the part of a big money winner. Good luck finding a legitimate actor around these parts, am I right? And forget getting real money. Arrow knows somebody who can find them counterfeit money to use in the scheme.
Yes, but once again, now she brings up, but we need, it'll cost.
Yeah, it's going to cost this. This can't miss.
Well, it does.
He'll front them $300,000 in funny money for 10 cents on the dollar, which they can barely afford.
That's 30 grand.
30 grand.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
okay,
hey,
you just spent all your money on calendars.
What
Counterfeiters
They have credit cards. They can get advances on their credit cards. They're getting hundreds of dollars in tips in that. What choice do they have, Yaks? More importantly, what choice does sick little Josh have?
What would you do to save Josh?
You have
saw
just
more
now
acting.
almost-
You just saw more dramatic acting in me right there than anything in this movie.
But my point
Seriously,
is,
what
you
would you
just
do
brought up,
to
and
save
you're
Josh?
now talking about that we have almost 50 grand in capital.
Josh is so
I would
sick.
save Josh. I would give up anything to save Josh.
Look, I'm just going to lay down on the ground, take a nap. Y'all let me know when you are done.
Oh, so it's a typical episode?
Yeah.
Right on.
That was a good burn, Kate.
Oh, God, don't you guys turn into those girls. I'm barely holding it together as it is.
That burn was tremendous.
It's a tremendous burn.
Yeah.
But as long as their actor has a fake ID, so his vast winnings, when he gets pulled aside, he can file the IRS
Social Security.
Social Security number. He has a fake ID and a Social Security number. He'll be gold. They agree on which pit boss to bring in on this. Boy, for a scheme like this, they're bringing in a lot of
A
outsiders.
lot of outsiders.
It's a big mistake. And they also agree if the fake money is spread across all their gaming tables, they should be saved, not just one. He's going to work his way around
That's
the whole
true.
sin pit.
That's true.
So it's go time. If any of them get caught, their plan, TNCC style, deny, deny, deny.
In the words of Eddie Murphy, wasn't me.
We don't know what the fuck was going on.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. All right, well, real quick, we have lit up, before I get back to the movie, our second cigar of the evening, another offering from Debonaire. This is the Sagita, S-A-G-I-T-A.
Sagita.
Petite Lancero Maduro. It is a 5.5 by 38. Little pigtail cap.
I was about to say, I just noticed that.
It's a Connecticut broadleaf. Very, very different.
Yeah.
Obviously, from our last cigar.
Oily.
Dominican. It's a fucking very oily looking cigar. Very veiny.
There's no pigtail.
Oh, yours didn't. Mine had a little pigtail.
Yeah, so did mine.
Yours maybe broke off in the.
Mine looks more like a little pig anus.
In the you have a pig anus cap. Well, Mr. Peanut's gonna crack them with his cane when he gets back to the factory. It's a Dominican binder, Nicaraguan, and Dominican filler.
Man, this is rustic as all get out. It's almost
Yeah.
like a cheroot.
It actually reminds me of, remember, I don't know, when I first started smoking, I still have got a box of them in here where I bring them, the Partagas Blacks.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just a oily, dark, veiny. I'm sure the girls from tonight's movie know a lot about what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's very as opposed to the Debonaire Daybreak we smoked, which is a very smooth Connecticut wrapper. This fucker, you just called it, Tud. It's a rustic. You know what? Good Connecticut broadleaf is rustic though. It's a rugged fucking leaf grown under pretty extreme conditions, and I mean just really veiny, really oily. But you know what? On a cold draw, I got a crazy sweetness. A lot of sweetness off the cold draw.
Sweet raisins.
It was sweet raisins.
Was it sweet raisins?
Yeah.
I could say there was a sweetness there, but
I know.
wouldn't say.
I'm going to go with sweet raisins. Just off the bat, I mean, look at that beautiful little ash. Nice strength to it for such a small size. It's got a nice little kick to it. Just black pepper on the nose and earth. Kind of that Nicaraguan earthiness.
Very earthy.
On the very earthy. Not a trace of woodsy. I'm trying to think of everything from the last cigar. There's no woodsiness. There's no peanuts. I'm just getting Nicaraguan earth with some of that nice Dominican kind of smoothness mixed in.
Kind of disappointing though. It doesn't really match my expectations for a Debonaire. It's far too rustic for Debonaire.
Well,
Nobody ever looks at James Bond and goes, rustic.
No, but what about like the guy from the Dos Equis commercials? He's
The
kind
most
of
interesting man
he's kind
in the
of
world.
debonair, but he's also
He's not
kind of
rustic.
He's not rustic. You see that
He's
guy's
not
face?
rustic.
It looks like an old catcher's mitt.
He's lived, but it's not rustic.
He's rustic.
No. Rustic is Hemingway. He was not Hemingway.
No, that's alcoholic.
I'm going to find a place in my notes. Tut, as you're
Hemingway would
firing
talk-
up, I'm going to give you
Yeah.
a few minutes to...
Papa
Hemingway
Bear
would-
was going to shave that beard off. He would look like a catcher's mitt.
Papa Bear would totally be TNCC. He would love TNCC.
Well, that's how I feel, like the old man in the sea, that guy trying to wrestle that marlin in. That's how I feel every show. I'm trying to wrestle a show together for 3 hours, just fighting it. Just, I'm tired. I keep trying to get us through each scene. I'm basically a Hemingway hero. That's what you guys are saying?
That's not what I said at all, but
That's what I heard. Cody, is that what you heard?
That's exactly what I heard.
of all the heroes, I mean, Hemingway hero would be nice.
Oh, God, I can't wait till, like, February where we can wear sweaters. Big Hemingway sweaters.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. Before we do a show naked. Out of necessity. Because it's so hot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Show you guys some rustic, veiny-looking things.
I'm just
I'm
trying
out.
to enjoy this
It's tremendous.
Oh.
this delicious cigar.
Come back to my place, Yak Boy. I'll show you all sorts of fun stuff. You guys are on YouTube. You can see we changed from the oil painting of the Dirty Dealings poster, which some poor artist was commissioned to do, to just a shot of Mr. Madsen.
in all of his glory.
It's like he's sitting here with us at the table. He's burying his head in his hands. As you can see, all billionaire casino owners wear skull rings and loop earrings. But that dye job, that costs money.
no, that's just black.
Just store-bought black.
Just for men, black.
Just for men, fucking black.
Tinging on a little bit of... No, it's not just for men. Just for men will tinge on
Is
a
it
little
natural?
purple.
No.
When you don't care about fooling anybody anymore. Yeah. All right, we're going to get back to the movie. I'll come back to the cigar here in a minute. So, the African-American car dealer, Madison, has a really white, surprisingly, brother, Toby. This is the whitest guy I've ever seen. Who's a white guy, an expert chemist.
But of course,
And he can devise special roulette balls that go where you want them to go.
Because that's chemistry.
because he coats them in glue.
Well, as long as Madison can clean out the adhesive from the roulette wheels, they should be good. So, yeah, he made a glue. I don't know how that glue makes the marble go where you want it to go.
Well, she puts it on specific numbers,
Oh, in it.
and then as it's bouncing, it's going to hit one of those numbers and stick.
So basically, he gave her some Elmers, and she puts her finger in a thing, and the ball sticks there.
Pretty much.
Which you think most casinos would be privy to that scheme after
Well, they do go
100
through.
years.
They'll go on later to explain. Now I got to figure out how to do and to clean out the glue.
Which we never see that happen.
Because I'm like, well, wait a
Yeah,
second.
you do.
Does she have like a wet wipe and like scrub
No,
it?
that's where the shirt came in.
But I was like, well, wait a
Oh,
second.
I
If you
didn't
have
get
the
that.
ball,
I didn't get that. A guy walks by, drunk guy, throws his shirt onto
Drunk
the
girl.
Drunk
Or-
girl throws her shirt onto the roulette wheel. Party time! She uses that shirt to clean out the. Hey, Christopher Robin Hood crossing his X's and dotting his I's and.
Yes. Sure.
I'm sure there were some casino people watching this like, wait, there's a scheme we've got to look onto.
I have all the faith in the world that these chicks are going to pull this off without a hitch. It's like Ocean 69. Which would still be better than any of those other ocean movies.
It'd be better than this movie.
I actually preferred this movie to all the ocean movies.
No, First Oceans was great.
I don't know.
It's all right.
First Oceans was great, man. I liked it.
Well, as they're practicing their various schemes, Rain shows up with her secret weapon,
Puddle 72.
Jimmy. With his beer gut, neck beard, Hawaiian shirt, and weathered ball cap, he looks more like a cigar podcaster than anything else. He's the perfect sucker.
I kind of
Resent that remark?
resent that?
Resemble that word?
No,
Not us. I'm talking about other cigar podcasts.
Oh, okay.
The ones with the fat neck beards that sit around just talking about Lajero all day.
You just described us.
Wait. Can we talk about Seco?
We talk about Seco.
Yeah.
What about miso?
And me so horny.
Miso
Be so
horny.
horny.
Miso horny.
Look, let's go straight down. Let's go all the way down. All the way down to the bottom of the plant.
I'm sorry. I apologize to all other cigar podcasters. You're really sexy guys.
Tremendously sexy.
Brother.
Brothers. Brothers of the Leaf. We all are brothers of the Leaf in the end, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Step brothers of the Leaf.
Cousins. Distant cousins.
As they continue practicing their schemes while explaining how they work, all the dudes that have been brought in seem very confused by the schemes and don't understand how any of this works. And as a viewer, I don't understand what they're saying either.
And
But
it was
that really doesn't mean much because I'm confused by everything.
and it really doesn't matter.
Did you
'cause
guys
it's-
understand any of it?
No.
Not really.
Well, they can't actually tell you, like, real ways to
sometimes-
cheat a casino.
Because sometimes when people explain stuff, like, you know, like in the old days when I'd watch like Survivor, they give them like their challenge, and I'd be like, oh wow, like, is it cut like the part where they ask them to repeat it, and like, I didn't understand any of that.
Well, no, it's
But
like
everyone seems to get shit so quick.
Going-
I don't get anything.
going back to the Ocean's movies, which this obviously was trying to emulate. There's a scene in the Ocean's movies where they're talking about the heist and they're taking you through the steps of the heist. At least when
They showed it visually.
when they got through, I was like, I understand exactly what they're
But
doing.
didn't they cut to be like, he's going to do this, and they showed it?
Yeah,
It's just some bad
this is
actresses explaining. And then we'll take the card. I didn't get it. It was like, okay. And the dudes were equally as confused as me. They're like, what?
And then he's going to say on the hop. Well, what did he say? He said on the hop, but I didn't hear what he said. But I heard he's going to say,
And that's all that mattered. Okay, I guess I'll go to prison for this scheme. I'll do 20 years for this complete nonsense that I don't understand.
Can you take your shirt off?
Can you take your boobs out? Can I spank
Yes.
it to that tonight? While you're pumping your love muffin or whatever the hell you said? The girls assure Jimmy and Toby that as long as they're loud and obnoxious at the tables, TNCC style,
Go on.
they'll take care of the rest.
You just need to be loud and obnoxious.
Hey, don't worry about the 50 years in prison. We'll take care of it. Okay.
TNCC
Check.
style.
TNCC stuff. All right. Well, the girls said we
Sounds
had
legit.
I got a job to do. Double turkeys. Keep 'em coming. Tut, you've begun your cigar journey. How's the Debonaire Cigars treating you?
How honest can I be?
Absolutely honest.
It's doing nothing for me.
Really?
So far, I'm not really picking up a lot of anything. I don't know whether that's because I'm coming off straight of the other one.
Well, we did the Connecticut first for a reason.
True.
Start off mild, and that it's not going to theoretically interfere with your darker smoking experience.
Yeah, but I'm not getting a lot of anything from this.
I'm getting earth.
Check.
I'm getting a little bit of cream once again. I think it's a Dominican. I'm getting some nice spice on the nose. Every puff, I'm getting a really nice spice out of the nose. But I'm getting earth and a little bit of cream. That's it.
I'm hunting. Well, you just listed two flavors. One of those flavors I've never been able to get from a cigar ever.
No, you've gotten cream a few times.
Have I?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a few times you're like, holy shit, I got cream.
Sweet.
And I'm like, oh, that never happens.
Cool.
But
Because I'm not getting it from this.
It was weird you didn't. It was such a prominent force in that first cigar.
Yeah.
You and I both had it the whole way through. It's different people, different palates. All right. If you're not getting anything, you're not getting anything. It's got a nice burn line.
does.
Construction wise.
Yeah.
Construction is great. I gotta go. I'm still getting a little bit of that creaminess.
I will say this, as opposed to the slow smoking Daybreak, which lasted a hell of a long time.
This is a bit faster.
This is, I mean, obviously it's a tiny cigar. It's going to burn much faster, but I mean, it's going fast. Yeah, I'm getting spice through the nose and earth on the palate, and that's about it.
I'm getting like a little...
Almonds.
No.
Pistachios?
It's a sweetness, but it's not...
I got real crazy sweetness on the cold draw, but I'm not getting it on the actual smoke.
Yeah.
I can't say it's not really sweet. It is a sweetness, but it's not...
I got what you're saying.
I'm trying to figure
just
it
don't know
out.
exactly
I mean,
how to
it's not a
describe
sugar
it.
sweet. It's not like a dried fruit sweet. It's just a hint. I can't.
I think you're going to decide it is a dried fruit sweet, but we'll come back to it because I think maybe that's what I was sensing I couldn't put my finger on.
Maybe.
We'll see. All this training is going swimmingly until Lexi makes a crack about Neil banging Cora. He's been exercising at the gym of Cora. It's open 24/7. You don't even have to towel off the equipment when you're done.
What?
Does that mean she showed up to work with a big old glob of jizz on her face? What does that mean?
Possibly.
And where did that come from? They seems like such close friends. It was such a cat. Meow. There's a cat fight brewing. And it seemed very unlike Lexi, am I right?
Possibly.
I think Lexi might be going through some other stuff that she...
Could be.
Cora
She's a sweet girl.
Cora
She's a sweet
begs her
girl.
to stop the bullying, but she continues, "Sorry, I thought he was just a sex buddy." To which Arrow adds, "It's more like a do me in my tight little booty buddy." And then when they look at her, she says, "Hey guys, I'm not the one who likes to do it in my booty, okay?"
I think Cora's all like,
Did they have that discussion in Ocean's 11?
I don't think they did.
No.
Ocean 69. Ocean 69. But yeah, everybody turns on Cora. It's sick
Are
kid.
you sure that wasn't the working time? Well, no, considering there's no sex scenes in this.
Yeah.
Maybe the X-rated version of this
Maybe that's
is
the 3D version.
Ocean
69 3D. That would be
not good.
something that he would be a lot happier to be in. But yeah, it was weird. It's like she's got a sick kid and they're doing this all for her, and then they just kind of turn on her.
No, you know how friends are.
They're just busted.
They're just stressed
busting
out.
balls.
What is the female
They're
equivalent?
busting ovaries.
Is that it? I was going to say, what's the equivalent of female busting balls? Busting ovaries? And then Madsen shows up. Maybe if she didn't have ovaries, Josh wouldn't be in this mess.
You'd have kept your legs closed.
But at the end of the training session, this is interesting. We see Jimmy outside in the parking lot talking to Rain. They really don't suspect a thing, do they? And they have a little laugh. Uh-oh. That's not good.
They're going to turn on them? Is someone going to flip?
Something's brewing.
We have intrigue in this movie.
Well, it's a structured script with, you got to have intrigue at a certain point. You got to have a twist. Christopher Robin Hood knows what he's doing.
Oh, God.
Do you think his name's Christopher Robin or Christopher Hood, or like is it all made up?
I think it's all made up. I think he was literally watching,
I
Wheel
can't
of
decide
Fortune, and
whether
he's like, I'm going to do that.
I
That's
can't
what I'm
decide
gonna
whether I'm disgusted at Christopher Robin Hood or I admire the name Christopher Robin Hood. It's a pretty cool name.
do. But what is he implying? He wants to be a make-believe...
Pooh Bear.
What if his real
Also,
name?
but
What if
he's-
his real name was Christopher Pooh? And he's like, I can't go my whole life with this. I got to change it. I might go Christopher Robin. I go one step further, Christopher Robin Hood. That's a cool name.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, Christopher
And
Robin
I can't
Hood.
say if my name was Christopher Pooh, I wouldn't do the same thing. Well, Arrow.
I would totally change it to Christopher Pooh Bear.
What's your name? Christopher Pooh Balls.
No, Pooh Bear.
No, I'd go Christopher Pooh Balls.
No, I'm French. Christopher Pooh Bear.
Pooh Balls? Pooh Bear.
Robert?
Arrow,
Cajun.
The next day, Arrow meets her counterfeit guy, Sid, in a restaurant kitchen. He's chopping onions. That's his source of sanity since being released from prison. And he gives her the $300,000 in funny money in exchange for $30,000 and a quick look at her boobs. But not too quick. He really wants to see them. He asks her if she wants to stick around and fuck. His words, not mine.
It reminded me of the last one, the Megalodon. All right, what if I go back to my place and eat your pussy?
How about I sweep
At
these
least-
onions? How about I sweep these onions to the side and we do it over here on the table? Well, she's not screwing some dirty onion chopper, that's for sure. Understandable. He's got a smell just
Well, I'm just like...
He's been chopping onions all day.
Actually, I've been waiting for this scene the entire
that is the
freaking
point.
movie.
That would be the scene that was cut. They actually do it. We didn't see that.
And I was like, all right, here we go. Oh, so disappointing. I like Arrow. Arrow's cute. I like her. You get to see a lot
I figured,
of Arrow.
she would like get the price down even more, like $30,000.
Yeah.
What about 10?
What about 10? And I think about you when I'm pumping my love muffin later. He's like, you think about those other guys too? I'll put a divider up.
Divider up.
Now she's got like 20 dudes with dividers up. It looks like a shooting range. Well, a different kind of shooting range. By the way, if you guys ever invite me to one of those, no, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Hey, you want to? No, we're not going there.
Well, that night, the Sin Pit girls take their positions at their tables and game on. But not before some spiked-haired middle-aged weirdo, that guy was crazy looking, right?
Yeah.
Confronts Cora and her pit boss to autograph his calendar. I thought they weren't allowed to sell the calendars.
No, they did. Not in the hotel though. Not in the gift shop.
I could have swore there was a scene where they were at a table with a stack of calendars.
No, they
It would have
were.
been helpful if they would have been
At
like
the casino.
At the casino.
At least give me a scene where they're like, "Hey, we can't sell the calendars in our casino, so let's sell them outside at the gift shop across the street."
But they weren't. They were in the casino signing calendars.
Well, no, people went out and were buying the calendars from the other stores, where they were selling them, not in the casino, and then they were bringing them to
It
the
seems like
casino.
Christopher Robin Hood should have put in a little more explanation that
That was an X he didn't cross.
that was an X he didn't cross. That was an I he did not cross.
Or maybe he just cut it out.
He
when
did not dot that
explain
T.
it.
He did not dot that T.
That was confusing. These guys showing up with calendars. I thought they abandoned the whole calendar thing. Well, man, that dude was a creepy variable they did not account for. Regardless, the calendars are happening, and when Carter tells the Diener that there's a crowd forming to get the Sin Pit girls' signatures, he's not happy. I thought I told you not to sell the calendars. Well, that's happening. Just not in his gift shop, I
Now,
guess.
and of course, he's like, I got to take care of this before it gets
We're
out
going
of
to shut
hand.
him down. We're going to shut the girls down. This guy's a dick among dicks.
Yeah, but he's going to shut down his most profitable section.
The
I
Sin
thought it
Pit?
was all about business. He was all about the money, right?
You know what? Unlike tonight's second cigar, Dean is complex. He's a complex man.
Is he?
I don't know.
Fuck it.
He's something.
Yeah, sure. I'm whatever you want me to be,
He
baby.
is something.
I don't know what he did, but he did it.
I'm tremendous. What was it like working with Quentin Tarantino? It was tremendous.
He's a tremendous director. I had tremendous lines.
And Carter, who's the good guy, remember, his right-hand man, he has a liking for Rain, and she takes advantage of that to slip some X-Lax into his coffee. She's like, hey, it's my break. Want to come have some coffee with me?
Oh, yeah.
And she spikes his fucking coffee with X-Lax.
That's a porno scene right
to
there.
take him out of the equation. That's your porno?
Do you want to have
Well-
some coffee with me?
Oh, before he shits his pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, that is a porno
That's
also, but it's
Well,
a
I mean, she
very
does
weird
explain,
porno.
you know,
It's a
she-
German
I
porno.
mean, that's
kinda
that's
flirted
Hasselhoff
with him.
porn.
Well, some big time shit is going down, and he's big time shitting his pants. Hey, they thought it out. How do we get rid of Carter? Make him shit his pants. And they show him in the bathroom too, like, oh.
You look like shit. I feel like it.
Dude, do you think he thought when he's on Red Dawn that one day he'd be being shot on a camcorder in a bathroom? Just, ugh.
Act like you're about to crap yourself.
All right, you just shit your pants for the third time in 20 minutes. You got this, C. Thomas? Yeah, I got it. I'm not Madsen. I got this. Roll it. Oh, shit my pants here.
I really believed he was shitting his pants.
Actually, I think I did pretty good. You guys believe my little?
I
Yes, I
did.
did.
I did. That was very
Except I
C.
expected
Thomas
the camera
Howell.
like pull 180 and just
That'd be great. The camera slowly pulled back and his pants were just blown out. I'm gonna have to go untucked out of here. Again, that would have been a sense of humor, which this movie does not have.
Not
No.
have.
When White Toby shows up with a hooker on each arm, Black Madison's brother, He starts playing big bets down on all the tables. Are you somebody famous? One of the girls asks. No, but I think I've died and I'm just chilling with my 72 virgins, he says, as he plays some more serious stacks of chips.
Well, he was smart. He went out and hired.
Got two good
He
looking
went out
hookers.
and hired some, I think 3 escorts for the night. Which when we were in Vegas, we saw a lot of guys that we were kind of like, how did that dude end up with that gaggle of women
It's
around
called
him?
a MasterCard tut or a Visa.
That's what Cody said. It was just
And
like,
then the last night we were just
he
hanging
paid
out
for
at
them.
our hotel bar for about 6 hours, people watching, decompressing, trying to find our sanity. And these 2 girls sat by us at the bar,
I saw them.
and they spent about a half hour there just looking for victims. And yeah, I mean that's the name
They
of the
saw
game.
the water was dry, and then they moved on to the next bar.
Yeah, they saw us in our flip flops and our just. They've lived in Vegas for years. They hadn't seen that level of just broken down men as us.
No, and first of all, they kind of came into the bar very hopeful. They saw our state of broken downness, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got these guys." Oh no.
I turned into Madsen. Sorry, honey.
Sorry, Eddie.
This per diem's going to Long Island iced teas tonight. Dozens of them.
Well, baby, I mean this money could go to you, or it could
And maybe
go,
some $35 chicken tenders. We'll see.
this money could go to you, or it could go to my $57 chicken tenders. And I'm
You guys
going
want to order another $18 pretzel for the table?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
It was a decent pretzel.
It's okay.
It was no Lancaster Brewing Company pretzel, but it was pretty fucking good. Well, there's a ton of gambling action now at the tables. And to be honest, because I didn't understand the girl's scheme to begin with, I really didn't understand what was going on here. I didn't know what the fuck was going on in this last part of this movie.
I just
Like you
held
said,
on
the
for
girls were
ride.
saying things like down bet and like they're saying stuff, but I didn't know what any of it, the consequences were. I didn't know if Toby was winning. I didn't know anything.
I was just waiting for them to like to look over and they'd be like doing the whole
I'll be honest.
wink,
Some movie.
giving the nod.
I know as a respected film podcaster, film critic, if you will, film analyst, I should give these films my most clear vision and my most clear, concentration. But I had no choice, dude. I drank a lot when I did my write up on this movie. I had to. Come on. Did you guys watch this sober?
I did. Unfortunately, I had to.
I did.
Oh, you were taking antibiotics.
Yes, I was.
Couldn't drink. Oh, I'm sorry. I picked the wrong movie for that.
I watched this movie twice because I went back and I was like, you know what? I think I missed something.
No,
I missed nothing.
no, you didn't. You missed nothing.
You really did. But I assume they were making money towards Josh's bone marrow transplant, yes?
Yes. Well, they were also taking in the fake cash.
Correct. Do you think Toby paid those hookers with fake cash? Probably.
Well,
Can I just get?
We have some friends we could bring. Yeah, sure.
absolutely.
Get some more out of the sack. Well, Toby and the other guy, Jimmy, is that right?
Yes.
Seem to be making profits. I can't really tell because Jimmy seems to be working the floor, but he's cashing in right everywhere he goes. He's winning, and he moves to the next table, and I guess that's the case because a casino employee, like one of the managers, asked Jimmy to come over to a private room and cash out his winnings.
Well, when you cash out and you're like that big,
You got to file with the IRS.
you got to file with the IRS. But also, if you're cashing out like hundreds of thousands,
They don't want-
you don't want to be there in the open. Look
Hey,
at all
guys.
the money I got, baby. No, you
Hey,
go to
Rick
a private
Ross's
room.
entourage.
Exactly.
Look what I'm doing.
Exactly. You go to a private room. It's a little bit more secure.
Rick Ross's entourage seemed like a lot of nice guys.
Yeah, until they elbowed me.
Until they elbowed Tut in the face. They gave me a fist bump later, though.
That's always
That
good.
was their way of saying they were sorry. By fist bump, I mean they punched me in the nose. I fist bumped them with my face. Oh, excuse me. Well, he's shoving giant bricks.
I will say I've never met someone as camera centric as Rick Ross is. That dude knew where everybody was taking photos and positioned himself. There was this one time where I know he saw that little red light click on my camera, and he went to thump his cigar down and then positioned himself between me and JD to where I was like, crap, I have to move. Dude was smart.
He's savvy.
He was savvy.
Spends a lot of time in front of cameras.
I couldn't imagine that, because I knew, like, my job, go get this guy. Get the pictures of this dude. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of photographers.
Word got out
there.
quick that he was around.
And I'm like,
for those of you wondering what we're talking about, while we were in the Drew Estate, working the Drew Estate booth in Vegas, rapper Rick Ross came to visit JD, and they had a very long, deep conversation. It wasn't a bump chests.
It wasn't a little, here, let me pose for the camera for you.
They talked for 15, 20 minutes, and Tut did his best to capture the moment on camera, but we were instructed Ross wasn't really down with that, so Tut had to use his still camera only. But at some point I went over to Tut and was like, they're going to want video of this, film video. And you're right, him and his handlers were very crafty about.
But I mean, just imagine, you come to IPCPR. He was a guest, so he's a cigar enthusiast, obviously. He's just checking out the scene, checking out the stuff, and everywhere you go, there's cameras in your face. And not only one camera from just some annoying East Texas white guy, there's like dozens of cameras.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there's cameras after cameras after cameras. Once people knew that you were there, it's like flock straight to them. And I was just like, I couldn't imagine having to live like that. And I know it's easy to sit there and go, well, they're celebrities and, they wanted that lifestyle. Yes, you do in a little bit of way, but at the same time,
wasn't it kind of, there was not a humbleness to it, but wasn't it kind of like, a lot of people, that's why they got into it, and they thrive off more cameras the better.
Yeah, it's
get me. I mean, he honestly seemed kind of averse to the whole thing, which, if you're a real artist, and I like the guy's music, so if you're really, I mean, granted, yes, you're on Instagram every 10 minutes pimping out your mansions. I mean, he's a rapper. That's part of the gig.
Yeah.
But to see him like, hey, I actually just want to talk to this guy for 20 minutes. Can you just give me some fucking space? But he was nice about it.
He was.
It was interesting.
It was also really interesting is that I wish I knew who this old dude was that was there with them. It was obviously somebody that was kind of, a name in the cigar world, and I do not know who he was. I know JD treated him with respect, and Ross was there, and I don't think Ross knew who he was, but he treated this old guy. This guy was like 72 something. He was old, and Ross was just kind of like, hey man, you could tell. He was like, hey, I like your jacket. Fluffed up his collar a little bit. Interacted with the dude. He took time to just talk. And I thought that was actually a pretty cool little moment there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it was a cool moment. And D, of course, straight up went to playing Rick Ross music. I mean, they just, like a DJ, they turned it on. It was a cool moment to be a part of.
My favorite part was Jason. Rick Ross is going to be coming into the booth. I need you to get photos of him, but don't act like it's a big deal. Keep it on the down low. I just need you to photograph Rick Ross. And I'm like, cool. What's he look like? Who is he?
It's you old bastard.
And Kane was just like, look for the big posse.
Yeah, I should have said, just look for the black guy that looks like me. Big beard, belly sticking out of his shirt.
I ain't never seen you wear diamond ringed sunglasses.
Oh no, look like me if I was successful. Oh, I saw him.
There he is.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I like about him. He raps about chicken wings and all sorts of fun stuff.
Always hustling.
That fucker's always hustling. Except that day. He was just listening.
He was
every day I'm listening.
Every day he was listening.
He was just chatting with people. Cigar.
I got nothing.
Still nothing. Yaks. I'm getting earth and a little bit of spice.
That's kind of it. Like I said, there was a sweetness there. I'm not really getting that right now. I can't at this point tell you what that sweetness was.
I actually am getting a little bit of sweetness, earth and sweetness, and it is a dried fruit. When he said that, it sparked in my dried fruit, kind of like the shit in trail mix that you'd throw out.
Pretty much.
I've used that before, but I'm going to use it again. You eat the good shit and that, like the dates and whatever. I'm not dealing with that. I'm getting some dried fruitiness.
Is that 3-year-old dried papaya? It's delicious.
Earth and like the Daybreak, it is smoking perfectly from a construction standpoint. I'm looking at Tut's nice ash line and ash and
Construction's good.
But yeah, I don't expect a lot in a Petite Lancero. It's a small smoke. It's not going to give me. There's just not enough room in there to give me a lot of stuff.
I do. I give me one note and give it to me good.
I'm enjoying the earthiness of it. But I think it once again will come down to price point. Am I getting that much for this amount of money? Which I'll wait a little while on that. Yeah, so while Jimmy's shoving the bricks of cash in his knapsack, he's as happy as a fat kid in a candy store. Like,
why wouldn't you?
He got away with it, right?
You're shoving bricks of cash into
he got
your
away
knapsack.
with it. Yes, seemingly. Well, no. The next morning, Dean is on Carter's ass about how $300,000.
Hang on, there was one section. Oh, there was 1 second. It was a scene between Jimmy and Diener, and where like before
at the bar,
Jimmy was going to cash out.
He was at the bar getting a drink, and Diener came up to him,
and he dropped a couple of
chips,
and
Michael Madsen picked one up.
I thought that there was going to be more made out of that.
Nothing came of it.
Well, I also thought that there was going to be more to where like this seemingly stranger knew the guy's name. He called him. I was like, "Hey, thanks, Dean."
But Dean was like, "I'm going to go get some dinner." Like he didn't think twice about it.
I thought that there was a chance to maybe have some intrigue here.
Yeah, Christopher Robin Hood dropped the ball on that one.
No.
Okay.
Drop the roulette ball on that one?
Yeah, so fast forward, Jimmy cashes out. He's happy.
Dean is on Carter's ass the next day, his right-hand man, about how $300,000, that's what they ended up getting, could get scammed from his casino. Carter explains that the guy, Jimmy, was bouncing from table to table, and every girl followed protocol perfectly. The girls did their jobs. But then they find security footage of Jimmy stealing Diener's prized waterfall artwork off the wall in his office. He got greedy. It's on. Why, Jimmy? Why'd you get greedy?
You know,
and how did Jimmy know about that waterfall picture?
How did he know?
Interesting. So Dean starts bringing in the
How
sin
did Jimmy
pit.
know his name? Well, I guess he got the name from the girls.
Oh, we're going to learn how Jimmy knew his name here briefly. So Dean starts bringing these sin pit chicks up to his office one by one, interrogating them, but they all play dumb.
I kind of like this.
Nobody flinches. And by sticking to their stories, it looks like they pulled it off. I expected this interrogation to be way more sinister and like Madsen to pull out his Reservoir Dog, not chop their ear off like Reservoir Dogs,
but
how funny would that be if he started doing the little dance to Stuck in the Middle and like, but he's so tired.
Could you do that?
$2 grand a day doesn't get you a dance. I could do something tremendous here, but I'm not gonna. He just sits there.
He just.
Did you do it? No. All right, next. That's it. There's nothing. There's no drama. There's no weight.
I would expect him to do that whole thing where he walks up behind him and he's like does that little inhale.
Oh my god! I almost spit beer all over this table.
I saw it start to come out.
Oh my god!
I was just waiting for him to
No, he didn't. He didn't do crap.
He just walk up.
He didn't even step it up a notch to be like. Give it a look.
Didn't even give it the lingering Cody.
He was that the whole time. His head. All right. Do you know anything about this? No.
Dude, you heard Reservoir fucking Dogs, man. Do something.
It was years ago.
No, do something.
Do you think Christopher Robin Hood pulled him over the side like, dude, you were in fucking Reservoir Dogs interrogating... It's like the best interrogation scene in any movie ever made.
You
cut a cop's ear off.
Are you paying me Tarantino money? No.
Are you writing me Tarantino shit?
No. Well,
No?
you're not getting it then.
You're not getting Tarantino, Madsen.
Earlier today, you had me spank a 39-year-old's ass and call her 17.
You're getting Crocosaurus, Madsen. Christopher Robin Hood's like, all right. Fair point. What if I hook you up at that $100 breakfast buffet in the Wynn?
We can work.
All right, I'll move my hand off my face. Oh, that's something.
You take off the skull rings?
The next morning at Cora's house, they count the money. It wasn't $300,000. They got $480,000, almost a $500,000. And that's more than enough to get Josh's treatment. In fact, when they try to give... That's when, unlike... Like, the movies... The good girls, when they got enough for Josh's treatment, they would give the rest to, like, cancer research. No, they split it up.
Fuck yeah,
Well,
man.
my question is what hospital organization
Takes cash?
takes cash? $200,000 in cash.
It's called the Aspen Medical Center.
Apparently so. We'll save your kid and not ask questions.
Well, they need it because they're getting most of their medical supplies from You Need a Medical Supply.
In Kansas City, Missouri, and you know that
obvious.
place.
Obviously.
Well, I got bills to pay myself.
Well, I know
I
I shouldn't
feel
take cash,
sorry
but
for
I
little
did it.
Josh, but I got bills to pay. Those brisket sandwiches are going to pay themselves at the barbecue.
Fuck you, Diener. I
Fuck
got
you,
a bill
Diener.
stand.
I don't know.
I'd love to help you, Cora, in those big old titties, but I got to get that coleslaw for the picnic.
Well, I knew I shouldn't have turned it down, but I did it.
In fact, when they try to give Jimmy his cut of the remainder, he walks out. He helped Josh, and he's done. Well, he still has that fucking painting he stole.
But they don't know that yet.
I know.
He gives them the little, I already got what I wanted.
Yeah, he got that waterfall
See,
painting.
I missed the footage of him taking the waterfall
You
painting.
took a piss during that?
I think so. I don't know what I was doing.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
why we're here, to fill you in on everything.
He had
And
clocked out.
so I actually liked this scene because I was like, you know what? I really hated Jimmy throughout this entire movie. And now I'm like, you know what? I like Jimmy. I didn't know he already had the painting.
Yeah, he stole that fucking Hobby Lobby painting of the waterfall and the deer overlooking the pond.
The IKEA Impressionist painting.
I bought it for $200,000. It's worth $20 million. Really?
Sure it is.
I think he even mispronounces, like, when he's like, who else do you have
it was
worked by?
Monet.
I
or
got
something.
Monet
Yeah, Monet.
and Chagall. The Diener is going to have to swallow this loss, and unfortunately, that's the only load swallowed in this film.
How long have you been hanging on to that one?
That one was pre-planned. But dude, that's it. That's the end of Diener. Like
Yeah.
that's where the investigation ends. That should have been a huge. The girls are sweating it. They're turning on each other. Who's going to give in? Because they brought in so many. Was the pit boss going to come in? Because she was brought in at the last minute. Was Toby going to crack? That was like where there's a potential for some drama and tension. Nah, not in this movie. We jump over to the Aspen Medical Center where Josh, he's getting his bone marrow transplant, boys. Fuck yeah. He deserves it. Horny little bastard. Cora paid the astronomical hospital bill in cash, and boom, the kid is healed.
Nobody questions $200,000. Where the hell? No, never mind.
They
All right,
They
well,
have-
I'm actually like,
They have it in Rapture Casino gift bags.
I'm actually questioning like the next week when they show back up at work and all of a sudden Josh is healed.
Josh is walking by Diener. What's up, bro?
It's like, wait a minute.
Weren't you that sick little bastard?
Wasn't it going to cost you like $300,000 or something? And now you suddenly came up with $300,000.
It was some tremendous amount. I don't remember. I don't care. I'm a fraud. Well, we then jump over way over to a happening pool party, another pool party, where a bald but happy Josh.
But I have to ask the question, whose pool is it? Because it's obviously they're like, we have no money, but you can afford a pool. You can afford a house with a pool, and that's pool maintenance. Pool maintenance isn't cheap.
I don't care. Just keep having those pool parties.
Just
Dude,
saying.
without the pool parties, I would have called an audible and abandoned this movie.
Thank you.
Those pool parties are the only thing this movie has going. Well, in that calendar shoot.
The calendar shoot.
That was pretty nice. Does anybody have a bottle opener? I seem to have misplaced mine. Oh, wait. I found it. We're back in business here, folks. Another pool party where a very bald but happy Josh, his hair hasn't grown back, but man, he's happy to see all those boobs again.
I was supposed to say you're alive with boobies.
And they all immediately go over to him and start rubbing their titties in his face. No shit, he wanted to live.
That kid's got a lot to live for.
I cannot stress enough. I told a little story about my
I don't know,
childhood
he seemed
earlier.
like kind of-
that was not my single mom childhood.
He seemed more like, the kind of kid that would have made played up that whole Make-A-Wish thing. Like, I just need to see your boobs.
I'm still weak, girls, but the doctor said
If I saw your boobs, then I would be fine.
hugs are what's going to get me through this next stage.
I just need to bury my face between your bosoms.
Oh, lucky.
I'm sorry, the chemo makes me allergic to the polyester in your bathing suits. Can you remove them, please?
He's going to be A-okay, boys.
I was told to be repeatedly motorboated until my breathing is better.
I'm going to look into this Aspen Medical Center.
It's a cure-all. It solves all the world's problems. We just need to use it more. It's underutilized.
Real quick before we finish it out, you're all well over halfway. I'm in the final third of the cigar. I definitely say I prefer the Daybreak
Yes.
over this one. Which, we all like the Daybreak. The price point is what got us hung up on that. You ready for the price point on this one?
I'm going to go 10.
And I will say I have had the Habano Debonaire, and I purposely went for contrasting Connecticut and Maduros on the show to I think it was the right way to go, because unlike the Maduro, which I'll get to my opinion of in a minute, in the Daybreak, I really didn't have much of an opinion on the Habano. As Cody likes to say, it's a cigar. It was just kind of a cigar. I did prefer the Daybreak. Do you guys want to guess a price point on this guy?
Hang on one second. Before we get into the price point, can you go back through the tobaccos that were in this?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can. The Saguita Petit Lancero Maduro by Debonaire Cigars. Obviously, it's referred to as a Lancero because of the ring gauge. 38 is a Lancero ring gauge, 5.5 inches, so it's much shorter than the usual 7-inch Lancero or 6.5. The wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf. Binder's Dominican, and the filler is Nicaraguan and Dominican.
Okay.
Go to you first on price.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something. I'm going to go 9.
No, he asked me to repeat it.
Yes, I know.
I'm not trying to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Just the facts.
I'm going to go 950.
950.
950.
Are you basing that on how high the
Yes, I
Daybreak
am.
was? Okay.
I swear to God, if you say 951.
No, I'll go 825.
825. Are you basing this on how high the Daybreak was?
No, I'm trying to base it off of the ring gauge and the size.
Lanceros
and
are
the
popular
tobaccos.
and not so common Vitola. It's an unusual Vitola. I'll give you that. You're trying to factor that into the 874.
Okay.
Honestly, I might have more point of contention with that price point than I do the Daybreak. Because a complex Connecticut with transitions, I'm a little more generous to go a little bit high on that because it's unusual. A Connecticut broadleaf, strong little cigar, I could name 20 off the top of my head that I enjoy. It's a much less unique specimen than a nice complex Connecticut. There's a lot of broadleaf little cigars that I smoke all the time. I think the last one we did on the show was the Firecracker, which was $6 and a really great little smoke. I mean, we talked about the EC Intemperance. You can get the BA Intemperance, which isn't a broadleaf. I think it's a Brazilian wrapper, but still very dark Maduro smoke for, you know, a very nice price point.
I'm just missing
even Nica Rustica. We're talking Drew Estate, Nica Rustica, or I mean, you can get those
like
at
$6.50.
You can get those at, you know, a much larger cigar. The Brujito, I believe, is 6 inches. You know, for $6. Shop around. So I'm actually taking more umbrage with the 874 for this than I am the 13 for the Daybreak.
To me, I'm just, man, this isn't what I expected off of Maduro. It just, and especially you're talking Nicaraguan stuff.
I'm getting a really great spice on the Retro Hail. I'm getting really earthiness on the thing, and that's it. I got a little creaminess early on that went away fast.
I'm not even getting that.
That fruity dried fruitness. I think you said papaya.
Yeah.
Came and went quickly, and that could have been a thing of the beer maybe. When things come and go that quickly in a cigar, I tend to maybe think it's a pairing consequence rather than a.
I'm not getting any of that, and I have looked for it. I have tried to be nice, and I've got to come down harsh on this because I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting the pepper. I'm not getting the spice. I'm not getting any type of Nicaraguan presence. I'm not getting a Maduro presence. I'm missing everything off of this cigar.
A big nothing, huh?
Yeah, I mean it's literally, you can't tell me that the Connecticut blew my palate out to where I'm missing all those flavors.
That shouldn't be the case. That wasn't the case with me. I don't think the first cigar influenced this one whatsoever. I think you and I are enjoying it a little bit more than Todd.
Yeah.
But man, not for that price point. And the last thing I'll say was, as far as the little smoke goes, you want to get the most out of these little smokes. Is burning really hot towards the end.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I'll be able to go too much further. It's just really hot. It's burning really hot in the hand. All right. As far as the beer goes, though, winner. Yeah, Founders 2 for 2 with the TNCC.
Yeah, Scotch ales are kind of like an interesting little monster. They're not extremely popular, but I like them. They're very complex. I like the maltiness of Scotch ales.
I think they're a gateway. I'm not a lager fan, but they have that lager presence, but there's something about them. I think it's the hop presence. Maybe and
I think they're actually a little bit heavier than the lager.
They are, but I think that's why they work for me where lagers don't. I think they're a little bit heavier malt-wise, but I don't like things that are too malty either, other than malt liquor.
I hate things that are malty.
Give me that malt liquor.
How ironic is it that
it's so weird.
I'm such an advocate for malt liquor, but yet I don't like my beers too malty. But I think it's mainly the maltiness and that hop presence that it doesn't taste like a lager to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't at all, but I like it.
I like it. I like the complexity of it. There's, like I said, that nice maltiness to it. There's a little bit of bitter in there as well. It's a very complex beer. I like it.
A little caramel.
Yeah.
Just a tad of caramel. Man, it's just really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, boys. But wait, there's more.
More? God. Is there?
Rain goes to meet Jimmy in a garage. Remember, she was the one that brought him into the deal. And remember that scene where he was like, they have no idea, do they?
None whatsoever.
And we were like, oh, they're going to rip them. They're going to rip off the rip-off. They're going to rip off the rip-off artist.
How are you going to rip off a woman trying to provide cancer treatment money?
Well, it turns out that's not where they were going with the they don't suspect anything angle. It turns out, dude, he peels off his Jimmy mask
Scooby-Doo style.
Scooby-Doo style, and Jimmy has been Carter this whole time. Who saw that coming?
That's some Mission Impossible crap right there. Like
Jimmy, who we've seen a lot and looks very authentic as a scrubby loser, peels off his mask and it's C. Thomas Howell the whole time. How'd he pull that off? Blue Man Group, Penn and Teller. He knew like some magicians that helped him out.
They are in Vegas.
Yeah. Carrot Top. Somebody helped him with
Carrot
this.
Top helped
if
him
they
out.
had only done something like a magic show, something just to give
a little hint that twist was coming.
Nah, I didn't see that coming.
I think there were some scenes that obviously they did that were just cut, because this is like, when I saw this, I'm like, I understand it, but you gave no preface for it. Like,
it was Scooby-Doo.
But that's the best part. That's the Scooby-Doo ending, man.
Well, no, I mean, you have to. Even
it's
Scooby-Doo
ending.
Go back and watch.
You would get the little. You
get the clue.
Well, Scooby-Doo never quite ended like this. He peels off his mask and then he peels off her panties, and they just start doing it like we finally get a decent sex
Velma
scene.
style.
Well, Arrow is no, or Rain is no Velma. Not my Velma.
Well, if she dressed up like Velma, she'd be Velma.
Tut quit dancing like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they go ahead and
Velma's the short-haired girl, right?
And they
yeah.
She was the nerdy one, Jinkies.
Oh, Jinkies.
Well, he has Jinkies. He Jinkies all over the place. He does her doggy style under that waterfall picture of Dieners that he's hung in the garage. No, he didn't. That'd be funny though if they did it.
It was Cowgirl, and
it was Cowgirl style. You're right.
It was unspectacular, except for she had nice assets.
Rain, yeah,
good looking woman.
I think she had tramp stamp.
Did she? I don't think
they
so.
tried to cover it up with makeup, but it was.
Did she?
They could give him a latex Jimmy mask, but they couldn't cover up her tramp stamp with makeup. I saw it was either that or a bad bruise. Which
I would say that
Vegas style.
I would say that I need to go back and check that out, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm. My rental period has expired. Kate, it was free.
Well, I'm really
It's
sorry.
expired.
I'm not giving them another stream click.
Well, I'm really sorry that they didn't give like a little tagline now. You know, I'm going to make it rain. I'm just saying.
I'm going to cash in my chips. Oh. There should have been some casino reference there at the money shot. The money shot.
Boom.
Christopher Robin Hood, you dropped the ball on numerous occasions. But I'm sure in 10 years he'll make another one of these. That seems to be the period.
With the unreleased footage.
Every 10 years he does another Vegas heist movie. That's the end of the movie.
Thank God.
Did this guy's bring our Vegas experience give you some closure?
No.
Not at all.
Left it open. So open.
Your wounds are now more open than ever.
Yes, this is a horrible movie.
I need to go to the Aspen Medical Center.
You could not.
Are you happy? Cody has leukemia from watching this movie.
You could not have
Look,
told me
I already
that.
lost my hair.
You could not
Get
have
him
told
some
me
jugs
that.
in his face.
Please.
You could not have told. I've lost my hair. You could not have told me that we were going to do a movie with Michael Madsen and a whole bunch of porn stars, especially knowing the movies we've done this year.
Now do you see why I'm so excited about this movie, though? It had all the makings of good stuff.
It did. It did.
I try, boys. I try.
No, I mean, when you described it to me, I'm like, you know what? I wanted to do Vegas
I swing
Vacation,
for the
but
fences every at
it's
bat.
all right.
I'm gonna miss on a few of them. I'm sorry. There's gonna be some fly balls. Actually, this was one where I hit it over the dugout and I hit a little kid in the face and broke his nose. That was this one.
You just see Cade sitting at home plate.
And I hit the ball and it gives a kid leukemia. That was this movie. I'm so sorry.
This movie was not good.
I just regained my eyesight. Now I'm going to die
Well, hey,
from leukemia.
here's the good news. We're going to begin our march to Halloween, which is always an exciting time around here.
Looking forward to
I'm
it.
looking forward to Halloween this
I
year.
actually gave the doctor a heads up on our next episode. He'll be joining us, and he watched it and said it was fucking phenomenal. And it's a movie none of you bastards have heard of that has been unavailable for decades.
Decades.
And you guys according to the doctor, his medical professional opinion, are gonna lose your shit over this movie.
I love it.
So I'm gonna redeem.
Even with me, who's
Yep.
not like a horror
Oh
aficionado.
no, you're gonna love this one. We're gonna redeem ourselves next episode, but I think I hope, I say this all the time, that we done what no other podcast does. We did this movie. We gave it its due diligence.
Dude, C. Thomas Howell has given us an 80s slow clap right
we
about
worked
now.
our way through this fucking
He was like,
movie.
you know what? I don't even remember being in this movie.
Oh yeah, this
Thank
was a
you.
weekend for him. Like, I did what? Oh, that's right. I got a kid in college. I did that.
Meanwhile, Madison's
Madsen's
going,
like, yeah, it's a tremendous
yeah, it's a
podcast. I'm a genius. And I still like Madsen.
I do too. It's funny because he is a screen presence.
He is one of those Robert Mitchum kind of old school tough guys. What's the guy I'm thinking of?
Dude, he must be a
Lee Marvin.
He must be a tremendous asshole.
He's a
to not
Robert
get enough
Mitchum,
work.
Lee Marvin kind of just tough guy that we don't really have. I mean, we've got like the new era of tough guys, but he's kind of a throwback to the old guys from the 70s.
Well, I don't know about any of that, but I know that he's got it. It's just a screen presence, just his face, his presence on there. You can gravitate to him, but come on, you got to give us something. You can't just sit there and go, I'm a screen presence. Now you're a screen presence full of shit.
My favorite moments with Madsen on screen are the Kill Bill moments, not where he was shooting Uma Thurman or burying her and talking to her. It was the scenes where he was working in the strip club and they told me he had to clean the shit out of the restroom. And he was this guy who was a top assassin, and now he's wearing a cowboy hat in a New Mexico strip club.
Oh, so
and he
something-
just sold those subtle scenes of just, I'm so much better than this, but I'm not. Like,
So it's
I deserve to be here.
It's kind of like an actor who was in Quentin Tarantino movies and nominated for stuff, and now he's working at Dirty Dealing, and he's so much better than this, but now he's here.
I don't know if that's the case, or maybe he was just really sleepy for this film. I don't know, but he didn't bring it, and I'm not going to pretend like he did. He didn't.
Come on, Michael, you're way better than this. You are
But
so
I'm sorry.
much way better
C.
than
Thomas
this.
Howell has been in more movies probably than Michael Madsen,
Yes.
and he actually showed up fresh and bushy-eyed and like
Gave a
Well, you
crap.
know-
gave a crap.
C. Thomas Howell's, he's been acting longer. And he started out being almost a child actor.
A kid actor, sure. E.T., fucking Outsiders. He was one of the young with Ralph Macchio. He's one of the youngest in the Outsiders.
Pony
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, that's, if you haven't seen The Outsiders, watch it. It is a classic. But I mean, with everything else, I mean, he brought just movie after movie, and he continues on. I mean, the last big budget thing that he was in, if anyone was paying attention,
Spider-Man. Last Spider-Man, Homecoming. The bus, right? The bus scene on the bridge. That was him.
No, it wasn't. It
Oh,
wasn't
not
Homecoming. It was the one right before it with
Garfield.
Garfield.
But
He ended up. His kid was trapped in the bus. Spider-Man saves him.
and I saw him.
But
I'm
then
like,
he
holy
ends
shit,
up
that's C.
being
Thomas Howell.
the foreman on the construction site operating the crane.
Yeah, and I saw him, and it's a small role, but it's like C. Thomas Howell, man, and he fucking brought it there too. So, kudos to C. Thomas Howell. You can do better, Michael Madsen.
I agree.
Not you can do better movies. I get it. You're an actor, but you can do better when you're on set.
Like I said, I'm not going to judge him for taking this gig. I'm going to judge him for taking this gig and just flubbing it.
He slept through the movie. Yeah, maybe he's having a bad week.
That's true. That's true.
Who knows?
Bounce back. Bounce back. Do more movies. Bounce back.
Go see Crocosaurus. He's a little better in this.
Just barely.
He wears a pith hat and says some weird thing. He's not John Voight in Anaconda. That guy gave it. That guy gave it.
What's so funny is that I saw that movie and I'm like, oh my God, Michael Madsen's in this. And then right after that, when I watched this movie, and I'm like, oh my God, Michael Madsen's in this.
Hey, man, these guys have kids in college. Like I said, they got bills to pay.
Not going to judge you for taking this movie.
But I'll be honest,
totally
if
cool.
I
Just
had
show up to
if I
work,
had
though.
if I was making a low budget movie and I had X amount of cash to spend on an actor, and I watched what is the name of this movie?
Dirty
Dealing.
I would think twice about hiring Madsen.
I'd pass.
Is he going to come and do this?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're paying for the name, and you do have a little bit of gravitas simply because I do think that he has a presence when he's on screen. Regardless, he doesn't have to say a word. He's got a nice presence. But if this is what I get for the money, I have to pass.
Yeah,
I have to pass.
I got to pass too. I don't care how many skull rings or loop earrings you bring to the table. You're playing a Wall Street banker, Michael. Well, first of all, that's your fault for casting me as a Wall Street banker. Second of all, can I wear my hoop earrings and my skull neck rings? Well, if I say no, will you take them off? No. All right. I made a serious mistake here. All right. Well, we've done our jobs, boy. Unlike some people, we've done our jobs.
We have done that.
We bring it every week.
I told you at the end of this we'd get somewhere. We had fun.
We did.
And we smoked 2 cigars.
And I'm really curious about our Halloween movies.
Oh, you guys are I got some good shit lined up. We're gonna have fun.
I dread Halloween, but this year I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I enjoy Halloween.
No, I love Halloween. I dread our movies when we go into Halloween.
I will say this. I've geared them this year, especially. We're a team. I've geared our lineup to. Tut's going to be happy. I think we got a really good lineup of.
So you're
of flicks
doing
going.
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Yes.
Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yes. Those are the ones we've chosen.
Tut, give us some links.
Obviously, you can go to our website, TuesdayNightCigarClub.com.
Oh,
You
it's a
can
good
join
website.
us. You can join us.
Don't
on,
hack us though, and
hack us.
we had to take it.
Please,
we had to
come
take down
on.
we had to take down our contact form. Some
Russians.
Some asshole in India and Russia started spamming our people.
Russians, why do you want to hack us? Come on, man. Join us.
You've already elected our president.
Exactly.
Leave our little podcast alone.
Just look, yeah, whatever.
Allegedly.
Das Vidanya, comrades.
Das Vidanya, bitch. So join us on
Next
Facebook.
episode, we're going to be doing a vodka episode. Brought to you by the smooth taste of Smirnoff vodka.
I'm sorry, they have photos of me peeing on a chick. So join us up on Facebook, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube page, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Follow
Lots
us on,
of clips on there of Tut peeing on chicks.
no, there's not. Google took them down. Bastards.
Right. We were playing U2's With or Without You on the clips, and they canceled it.
They stopped it for the copyright.
They stopped
of
for the
YouTube.
copyright.
Not because of you peeing on chicks, but you.
Hey, with or without you, Tut's peeing on stuff.
Join us on Twitter at TNCCcast.
That's a good page.
Join us up on Instagram. Lots of great photos on there. TNCC
I've been lazy. I'll get more up there.
So yeah, I think that's it. You can also, we're heading into Halloween. I know you want to buy some Halloween shit, so click on our Amazon link and then buy your stuff on there. Help us
Guess
pay
what?
some bills, man. Oh, by the way, and then I've got to click on if you're going to buy some cigars, guess what? Go to Famous Smoke Shop banner. It lets them know that you're listening to us and you're buying cigars.
They
there.
have some Halloween themed cigars
Oh.
on Famous from Tatuaje, the Monster series, and all the individual monsters. If you're going to be watching a bunch of Jason movies, you can buy a box of Jason cigars. You can buy a box of Freddy cigars. But go to TNCC website, click on the Famous link, and buy them through there. We are going to be doing, this is no surprise, obviously, I'm the world's biggest Halloween
I know
movie,
you've done
fan.
a lot of monster reviews. Actually, go to our website.
We actually worked our way through the entire Tatuaje monster
You
series.
can go to our website, search for any of the Tatuaje.
The doctor reviews the movie, then I review the cigar that goes with the movie. We did all of the monster series cigars. Go to the website, check those out. This Halloween, we will be doing something that we have not done in years. We last did it with Terminator Genesis.
Oh.
We are all going to go to the theater and watch the brand new Halloween movie, scored and executive produced by John Carpenter,
Ooh,
starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
scored.
It ignores all of the Halloween movies after the first one, so they're not even brother and sister anymore. They got rid of everything.
Awesome.
We're going to go see that, and then we're going to shack up here. We're going to light up the Michael cigar, Tatuaje,
Yeah.
and we are going to do what is destined to be as the world's biggest Halloween fan. I don't see how, and Mincy is almost up there with me. This is going to be a crazy episode for Halloween, but we're going to be able to do a lot of horror movies before then.
I'm just looking forward to it just because of y'all's Halloween knowledge.
We're going to go nuts on that episode. And I've been dying to smoke the Tatuaje Michael cigar since it came out. So I got some. We're going to smoke them. We're going to talk Halloween. But until then, you've got at least 2 or 3 episodes of fun horror movies, more drinking, more smoking, more doing what we do best. And with a little bit of class, since Cody and I are now members of the Debonaire Ideal Society. We have cards, laminated cards.
Hey,
You don't have that.
no, but speaking of class, hey, you got that Daniel Marshall humidor? Be a lot cooler if you did.
Also,
So if you got like a little clunker that
I got
you
a Daniel Marshall
got
t-shirt.
around, you've been sporting that Daniel Marshall t-shirt all night.
hey, it's our
And I've
Vegas
been
episode. I can wear something a little bit
a little bit
glitzy.
glitzy.
Is it been blinding you? the whole
There's
episode?
some times in the pictures
If
where
I
I'm
get in
like,
the light,
man.
I just,
it's-
tell us about this program.
All right, so if you've got like an old busted beater, old broken down
It can
humidor,
be a $12 piece of junk that you got. However,
go to the TNCC website, click on that Daniel Marshall. It's called Cash for Clunkers. Is it Cash for Clunkers?
It is cash.
Yeah, click on that Cash for Clunkers banner, and then you can get a Daniel Marshall humidor $100 off
$100 off.
by trading in your old clunky
He'll
humidor.
actually send you a shipping label. You don't have to pay to ship yours in. You ship your piece of shit in. He'll ship you a $100 gift card to buy one of his humidors. For putzes like us, we've never been able to afford a Daniel
Afford it.
Marshall humidor. This is what you want. This is what we all dream of, having a Daniel Marshall humidor. You can get it. Send in your piece of junk. Get $100 off. He's got and he's actually introduced a lower,
the Americana line.
affordable line.
The Americana line
Couple
we
$100
saw.
bucks, you can get a Daniel Marshall humidor. This is shit. You put your
We
cigars in it. Your child will be able to put their cigars in it. There's, like he says, this shit will get passed down. It is handcrafted.
It's
He
made-
stands behind everything he does. This is a piece that you will have in your family for generations.
First of all, we
Take
saw
advantage of this deal.
these things at IPCPR this
Beautiful.
year, and they are really works of art. They are functional art, and they are beautiful.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Do it. And we're not just saying that because Daniel's lovely assistant Val was
Feeding
plying
us
with
scotch and
just
Canadian whiskey and
inordinate
everything.
amounts of scotch and
We love you, Val.
Canadian whiskey. We love you, Val. And I love Val because if it was after 10 a.m., she would offer you straight scotch. But if it was when we first met, it was like early in the morning. She's like, "Do you want some Coke in that?"
Val knows.
And one guy she
Val
offered
knows.
to was like, "It's way too early." She's like, "Oh no, it's Canadian whiskey."
And that's what she was like. Would you like a drink? It was like, oh, it's before 12. And she was like, come on, it's Canadian whiskey.
Put a little splash of Coke in it. You'll be fine.
Val.
Val was one of the many allies we made in Vegas. All right, boys. Well, thank you for playing along tonight. I know you kind of checked out early, but I think at the end of the day, we made it worth everyone's while.
We did.
If you're at home lighting up a smoke, I think I think you could do a lot worse than spend the night with us.
You could be spinning it with
You could be
Madsen.
spending it with any of these losers. All right, boys. Anything else?
That's it, man.
we summed
Get
it
us
up.
out of here.
I think we did. All right. Well, as we always say about this time, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. God, I get depressed saying now it's some more apt than it used to be. Just a flippant phrase I threw out there, but now it's like, we really need to May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. It means something, damn it. And this also means something. Sayonara, motherfuckers.
To learn more about the cigars and other libations enjoyed on tonight's episode, you can visit
DebonaireHouse.com and FoundersBrewing.com.
For more on O'Brien's Irish Pub, the live music leader in Central Texas, please visit o'brienstemple.com and download their free smartphone app, where you'll find full beer listings including over 40 on tap, menu information, and a calendar of upcoming live events. To listen and purchase music heard on tonight's program, check out www.fritzbeermusic.com. Thank you for listening to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. This is Keith A. Howell saying until next time, friends, unless we see you sooner at the pub. So keep it smoky, and for God's sake, keep it ballsy as well.